What's going on, my fellow Nails? Welcome into another live watch along of Thursday Night Football right here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel, powered by the Hammer Betting Network, presented by Pinnacle Sportsbook. Tonight, it's a nasty, disgusting, whatever other adjective you want to use, game. But guess what? We can bet on it. And you know I will. You know I will. Las Vegas Raiders, Los Angeles Chargers. Two backup quarterbacks. It's a mess. But we'll get into it. Reminder, as always, make sure you check out Pinnacle Sportsbook. If you're in Canada, use code HAMMER to sign up. It does support us here on Forward Progress. But as you will see, over the course of bringing up odds throughout this show, Pinnacle has great prices. Generally speaking, in market, you'll want to use them. You'll want to bet with them. If you are in Canada, get us started here by hammering that like button down below. If you're not subbed here on Forward Progress, make sure you do so. Appreciate all the nails who've tuned in already. This might set a record low for us in terms of viewership, but it's much appreciated to those who are in here for this Thursday night football stream. Let's get into it. Start with the market on the game, side and total. Yesterday, some early movement. It was off the Keenan Allen news yesterday towards the Las Vegas Raiders. Today, we've seen some buyback on the Los Angeles Chargers. Sitting in market right now at 3. -3 plus 103 at Pinnacle. If you do like the Las Vegas Raiders, that's the spot to bet it right now. -149 at Pinnacle. Money line. That's the spot to bet it. Now, a lot of money on the over coming in late here. This reminds me a lot of the Steelers and Patriots last week. Not in the sense that it's going to go over, there's going to be fireworks or anything like that, but in the sense that we have a game that's in the mid-30s. And yes, there's two backup quarterbacks, two bad offenses, but indoor, good conditions, you just don't see that a lot in the NFL. Typically, when you get these games that are mid-low 30s, it's not only bad offenses, but it's bad weather conditions as well. So that is my explanation for as to why we're seeing money on the over. Also, Easton Stick first start. No one knows what Easton Stick's going to be. Maybe that works in the Chargers' favor, and they have some surprises planned today. In terms of injuries for both teams, Las Vegas Raiders, Josh Jacobs is out. The running backs for the Raiders will be Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, Brandon Bolden. I have tried extremely hard this week to figure out what they're going to do for running back usage. They've been very quiet on that front. The expectation from the market is that Zamir White gets a huge workload. I'm not 100% certain on that. I'll get into that a little bit more with props. You also have to note on the Raiders offensive line, left tackle Colton Miller's out, center Andre James is out. They already don't have a very good offensive line. Now they're without their left tackle and their center. Can the Chargers exploit that? Who knows? Are the Chargers even up for this game? Who knows? This could be Brandon Staley's last hurrah. Keenan Allen is out. Josh Palmer is back. Your wide receiving core for the Chargers, Josh Palmer, Quentin Johnston, Alex Erickson, Jalen Guyton, Darius Davis. Not a lot of household names there. You got a starting corner out for the Chargers. You got Nick Williams out on the defensive line as well. So a lot to take into account here. But let's get into the props here. Got about 10 minutes to go before the game. I'm going to start with saying that I do not have the stones to play Aiden O'Connell overs. I believe that his passing yards total is low at 200.5. If you could give me a guarantee that AOC would start this entire game, I would bet that over. Part of the reason why is the Raiders have kind of gone through like a murderer's row of teams lately that have made Aiden O'Connell look bad. Vikings, Chiefs, Dolphins, Jets. Tough to go up against those four defenses. This is a big downgrade. The problem is you have Antonio Pierce coaching for a job. And I think if O'Connell really struggles out of the gate here, there is the possibility of Jimmy G at the half or something like that. That's the only reason. If you think AOC is going to play the entire game, I think this number is way short. Personally, I don't have the stones to do that. What I do have the stones to do, just because the price is so good, though, is Aiden O'Connell anytime touchdown score. 14-1 to me is an absurd price. I know he only has one touchdown in 7 games, but when you compare him to Easton Stick, who's like plus 450 to score a touchdown right now, I know O'Connell's not a rushing quarterback, but they will sneak with him. They can get stuff in. So let's do this for $8, Jacob. Make it a nice 8 to win 112 on Aiden O'Connell. I think that there's value here, including the possibility of him getting pulled in the game. By the way, people, I'm not an idiot. There's a lot of vig on this market. I'm playing a lot of anytime touchdowns tonight because of the prices on players. Generally speaking, in a game where the total's 35.5, you don't want to sink a lot into that market, especially not at the top of the board. But I do think that there's some value on these longer shots, especially AOC here. Next, what do we got? Let's keep it with the Raiders for now. We'll go through the Raiders quickly. Brandon Bolden. Brandon Bolden, absolute flyer on the touchdown price of 25-1. I'm just calling it out for what it is. We're going to put $4 on Brandon Bolden, just in like the rare instance where he gets in there, because I don't know how this running back situation is going to play out. In addition, we're going to go to the last touchdown market on Brandon Bolden and cover those Raiders blowout situations and put $2 down on the 45-1 final touchdown. Keep it moving here. Sticking with the Raiders. We want a first touchdown play. I'm going Hunter Renfrow for the first touchdown play, just purely on the price. If we look at his odds at 28-1, he's on the field about 50% of the snaps for the Raiders offense. We'll go $5 here. First touchdown, Hunter Renfrow. And again, strictly based off of price, typically speaking, wide receiver 3, that's going to get 50% of snaps with the team that's favored, is not typically priced in this range. Firing it out on that one. That's it on the Las Vegas side of things. One more thing I want to say, up to you if you want to play it. I'm not going to do it. In a typical game here, I would believe that Jacoby Myers would have value on the under on his receptions. However, with Devontae Adams coming in with the flu, sporting an illness, questionable, I don't want to mess around with the Raiders receiving core, but that also plays into the Hunter Renfrow situation as well, where I do think that he's on the field a lot in the early going in this game. Switching over to the other side, Los Angeles Chargers. Last game, the coaching staff said, you're going to see more Josh Kelly, you're going to see more Isaiah Spiller. Well, we didn't see a ton of them last game for the Chargers, but we did see 12 snaps for Isaiah Spiller. We did see 7 for Josh Kelly, 19 snaps overall. This is a short week. Eckler's not looked good. Has looked hampered by injury for a while. Isaiah Spiller rushing yards is 12.5 right now, pretty much across the board. Been bet up in the last minute here. 13.5 is fine. We're going to take over 13.5. Don't take that minus 139 if you have a 13.5 minus 139, but take any other price, and that's fine. And we're going to go $75 base unit on Isaiah Spiller over. And we're going to play him in the touchdown market as well. Anytime touchdown. 13-1, substantial price. Do your best, line shop. Let's go $10 on that. Final one, Jalen Guyton, who is now the 4th receiver for the Chargers, kind of like interspersed with Alex Erickson. We don't know how the wide receiver situation is going to play out for the Chargers today with Keenan Allen out. Quentin Johnson's probably on the field for like 90% of snaps. Josh Palmer probably in that same range. And then you get a mix of Alex Erickson and Jalen Guyton. Jalen Guyton's receiving yardage total is 5.5 right now. 5.5 yards. Oh my God, it just got bet up. Okay, we pass. We're going to pass. This is too much to handle right now. It's my own fault for sending messages to people before the show. Blame me, people. Blame me. I can't in good faith give this right now. We're going to have to pass on it. So that's going to be it. We're just basically rooting for a shit ton of touchdowns from random players. Isaiah Spiller, TD over on rushing yards. Hunter Renfrow, first TD. Brandon Bolden last. And anytime Aiden O'Connell anytime. That's about as confident as I feel with this. Again, to recap, if I knew Aiden O'Connell was playing the full game, over 208.5 would be easy. Austin Eckler, under on receiving yards, kind of tickled my fancy a little bit. But in the end, I didn't go with it. One thing about the Aiden O'Connell passing yards, just thinking about it now, what you can do rather than play the regular price is take out some alt overs on Aiden O'Connell, if that's of interest to you and you bet stuff like that. But not much else. A lot of talk in the chat going back and forth on who to like in this game. Who would you bet if you had to bet? I could not possibly bet the Chargers at this price. I know the Raiders are bad, but you're going to backup quarterback on a short week for the Chargers with what I consider to be a lame duck head coach. It's kind of narrative based, but this season, like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm the guy overreacting to the situation, but I couldn't think of a worse situation for the Chargers, in all honesty, today. I don't know what Easton Stick is going to be. I really have no idea. Is this a team that's going to be able to expose the issues that the Raiders have on the offensive line? Maybe. There's not a lot of depth on the outside, but they do have Khalil Mack. They do have Tuipulotu. Even with Joey Bosa on IR, maybe there's a chance there. But I do think that there's a lot of scenarios here where Aiden O'Connell just dink and dunks his way through this defense. What we're going to be on the lookout for in the game is Jimmy Garoppolo. Because if he gets in there, we're going to go balls deep on the Raiders live. Maybe we'll insert the balls as well, and we'll go Choda deep. That's how ready I am with Jimmy G if he starts. No, not if he starts. If he gets into the game. Got to be ready. Hunter's going to join me in the second quarter. It snowed in Colorado. I wasn't able to buy Bailey's to put on ice. I myself made a trip to the liquor store today with the sole purpose of purchasing Bailey's. And I left without the Bailey's and about $150 worth of other booze. I messed up. We'll have to do the Bailey's on ice another time. Second half tonight is Jeff Feinberg. The entirety of the second half. We think we're going to do a post-mortem of the Chargers season. I think Jeff, for the first time in his life, is going to be coming in on this stream rooting for the Chargers to get embarrassed and blown out. I think he wants Staley gone. I think he wants a high draft pick. I mean, I would too. He's in here for the entire of the second half. Hunter Huss is in here in the second quarter. His debut here on Forward Progress at HL Huss 22 on Twitter. NFL handicapper, modeler of the games. Been tracking publicly for a while now with success betting into the NFL. But first and foremost, the biggest homer here on Forward Progress. A man who knows not only about balls deep, but also Choda deep. G-Stack George. Stepping up and in. Georgie?
What is happening, Rob Pizzola?
I'm kind of disappointed I couldn't do the Bailey's on ice, but then again, I also did not want to shit my pants live on stream, which was very much a possibility if that happened.
Oh, I'm not drinking tonight. I can't drink tonight. I drank yesterday, and tomorrow night we're doing our boys' annual Christmas dinner.
Yep.
And I'll be drinking then. And Rob, I don't know about you, but at this age, if I drink 3 days in a row, I am in a coma for at least 4 days.
It's tough, man. It's really tough. Luckily, I have these like literally a lifetime's worth of these beverages called Last Call, which I drink as if they're basically water at this point, and they help me through life.
Yeah.
But I know what, I'll send you a pack next time I see you, George, because they do help. But where's your boys' Christmas dinner at tomorrow night, if you don't mind me asking? Because I also have the boys' Christmas dinner tomorrow night.
We like to do it at the Keg at Leslie and 401. It's like the closest to everybody, access to highways, and you know, we started doing the Keg back in the day when we didn't have a lot of money. Not that everybody's got a ton of money now, but it's you never forget your roots, right? You go back to the Keg for a nice Christmas dinner.
So we're doing it at Zorro's out by the airport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a steak dinner, casino, and
Okay.
you know the other fine establishments that tend to be around the airport as well.
The last 2 years, Rob, we had plans to do stuff after, and I don't know if we're getting old, but like after dinner, it's like there's 4 out of 12 guys that want to make a night of it.
Yes. It's tough, man. I don't like listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just turned 37 a couple days ago, as did you, George. Happy birthday. And for me, I don't have it in me to like do much. Like, I just really want to gamble. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go out for a steak, piss away some money at the casino, and that's it.
Hey,
Like,
we tried to we were thinking about switching it to the new casino in Woodbine, the new
that's
Toronto.
where I'm headed. Yeah.
Okay, we were gonna have our dinner there and then grab rooms there, so like nobody has to drive. We can go gamble after, but we ended up settling on the Keg again.
I played some first TDs for the Raiders, so I'm really looking for a stop here. Oh, almost a pick. It's gonna be fourth down.
Who did you take first TD? Who am I
Uh,
cheering for you?
Hunter Renfro.
Oh yeah, that guy's still on the team.
I know. Anytime TD for Aiden O'Connell as well.
Ooh,
Yeah. I mean, his price was just too good, man. He's 14-1 anytime. Like Easton Stick, the underdog. Granted, Easton Stick is way more mobile, more likely to use his legs, but he's being priced like plus 400, plus 450 anytime.
sure.
Give me the QB who's more likely to have it down at the one.
Yeah, it's QB sneak. That's it.
That's it, man. He's already did it against the Chargers this year. Why not one more time? Why not one more time? Hoping we don't get a muffed punt here. That's all I'm rooting for at this point. No muffed punts.
What was last week? There was like 3 or 4 muffed punts, mixed field goals, missed extra points. It was a little wacky last week.
Dude, as soon as I said this, not a muffed punt, but a fair catch interference for sure. For sure.
That helps. That helps him get the ball down the field.
Dude, man, this is exactly how I expected this Thursday night football game to start.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is just a 3 and out, in which was almost a pick six, followed by a fair catch interference by the Chargers. This is just most classic Chargers football.
My dream is the Chargers to be down a lot before Jeff comes on. I want the misery cranked all the way.
I see. Like, I honestly think, he's done. I think he's now. If I believe that Jeff Feinberg is sitting at home right now, drinking a Mountain Dew, lighting up his bong, ripping a couple hits,
and watching.
And he's rooting for AOC to go down the field here and just put a fucking fork in this team.
The other screens, he's got Brock Bowers highlight clips going on.
Go Raiders! He already tweeted "Go Raiders" with the bolt. No, like, but look at this response. Look at the first response. Don't be that guy. No, you have to be that guy. I listen.
100%.
You got to be that guy.
There's
long term.
There's no honor in being a bubble team who doesn't make the Leafs did that for 10 years and we never got a guy. Like, we should have bottomed out a lot. Like, we were trotting out Antropov and Alan McCauley on the first line. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it's true.
AOC's
going deep.
Second line.
No flag. No flag. I'll do a sync here very shortly. Sorry, guys. I got a little bit carried away with the balls deep talk earlier on that I lost track. But I'll do a quick sync of the play clock here as I see it. I'd like to see this again. Who was that? Tucker? Looks like Trey Tucker. Underthrow by AOC. What else is new?
Rob, I've got a real like level 5 dilemma in my house right now.
No more McAllen?
I went to the store and you know those like big Ferrero shape like packages, you know, it's like you can build a mountain. I'm like, all right,
Yes.
perfect. This will last me till Christmas. Well, the mountain is a little hill right now.
Yeah. Is Ferrero Rocher like the best chocolate?
Of
It
all
has to
time.
be.
Of
It
all
has to be.
yeah, yeah,
It's so fucking good, man. I
100%.
my wife tutors like a few hours a week, high school math and stuff like that. But around this time of year, she's always coming home with chocolates. And as soon as I see those Ferreros,
Oh, buddy.
oh, I get very excited. Very excited. Um, AOC, what do you think of this guy?
He has like a moment or two, but I don't think he's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. He threw this ball like a little bit late and Samuel kind of read it. He's
Like
always dangerous. Lots of dangerous throws.
we got our Raiders push last week, right?
Mhm.
But we lost the turnover battle 3-0. I'd like to think that in a world where the turnovers balanced out a little better, we may have got the win or should have got the win.
Might have ended up 0-0 in a balanced
Which
turnovers
which
game
which is a win if you had +3.
because AOC wasn't scoring. I'll tell you that. He was not scoring on that defense. It would have took him about 14 quarters to lead that team into field goal range last week. That was tough. All right, quick countdown to the play clock here. As I see it, we just got to replay. We're just getting a Devontae Adams graphic right now. I'm going to be behind because it's the prime stream tonight. So the US followers will be ahead of me. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. And we got our snap and a running play on 3rd and 2. And again, they pick it up on 3rd and 2 with a run.
There we go. Matriculate the ball.
That was Abdullah. So already we've seen 2 carries for Abdullah, and Zamir White got the first one. See, there was no information out there about how this running back situation was going to play out today.
Yeah.
But tons of people were going ham on
Zamir
White.
You,
And I was like,
you almost are better off when there's an undefined backup. You're almost better off, fading the higher number, right? And backing the third back, just because you don't know if that guy wins the job within the game.
dude, Brandon Bolden just got a carry right now. He lost a yard, but I bet him at 25-1 for any time touchdown in this game.
He's on the field. Let's go.
And and like last touchdown of the game, we bet him as well. Like, so this is already 3. I mean, if you have access to live props,
what did it pay on the Brandon Bolden? What did it pay on the last?
I got to pull up my ticket right now, just so that I'm not speaking out of my ass.
I interrupted your great point though about
4,800, by the way.
4,800. There we go. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob Gramenya behind the
scenes.
scenes.
If you have live props, maybe Zamir White unders. That was a good little point right there.
I mean, Hunter Renfrow just caught a ball too, but I think that's going to come back for like OPI, something like that.
Sorry, it's 45. I fucked up. 4,500. A little bit less.
Oh man.
The way Jacob came on, you would have sworn he was looking at it.
Offside
don't have memory.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, it takes a big man to own their mistakes, especially in the content space. You know how many people would have just let that stay? I actually appreciate that. I would prefer if he doesn't fuck up, personally. But if you fuck up and you own it, to me, that's it.
100%.
I wanted to let you know, Rob, the Leafs are down 4-0 to the Columbus Blue Jackets right now.
Okay, so I appreciate you letting me know that. I am purposely not checking hockey scores tonight because I have a lot in action, but I have the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. So now this will be an all-timer when the Leafs come back to win. Big time flu for the Leafs tonight, man. It's the flu game.
Oh, is it?
It's the flu game. Oh, yeah.
Was that inside information or was it all over?
It's kind of like out there that Matthew Nyes has the flu for them.
Yeah.
And typically speaking, one guy doesn't get the flu on the team, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, there was another team in football. Their report came out today, and like 3 guys missed practice with illness. I'm like, all right, something's spreading in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of spreading, Devs asks if the porn guy's off tonight. He's referring to producer Jason Cooper. I would like to keep this going as much as possible, people.
What?
I know he really doesn't like it. One guy last week said that he looks like a guy that consumes a lot of pornography. And I hope it sticks going forwards.
Oh, it better stick. If G-string George stick, then I think porn guy Jason works too.
Yeah, poor Jason already has the David Onyemata stuff. Now he's the porn guy. He's gotten like a lot of things that have worked against him so far. A lot of things that have worked against him so far. Moretto, by the way, does confirm that Jeff really wants the Chargers to lose tonight. Chargers win would be maximum misery. I get that, man. I get it. MILF Hunter and porn guy need a circles off episode. Yeah, we'll give them some sort of show. They could be the first people on Shooting the Shit with Jeff Feinberg.
Feinberg as the host.
Feinberg is the host.
You know,
okay, big 3rd and 10, Georgie. I need a touchdown.
I could tell no one from Barstool's in, watch along. Otherwise, that show would have been stolen. Barstool would do that show, wouldn't they?
It's true. We might have to table these discussions until the set is built out and everything. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, Mayer. Oh, he's down at the 1. This could be QB sneak territory.
Oh, Rob, here we
go. It could be QB sneak territory. It could be potentially Brandon Bolden territory.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're going up the line quick. They're going up quick, baby. That's what I want to see. Come on. I thought they were going quick. It looked like O'Connell wanted to take them to the line quick. Now they're showing like a million replays of this. Oh, this is not sneak. No. Zamir White.
Come on.
All right. It's a tough one. Man, they went down the whole field. This is
I think this one's
not a good look for the Chargers after what the Vikings did to the Raiders offense last week.
I think this one could get ugly.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of feeling that too. Like it's very rare that I want to play in game at like a worse price than I could have gotten pregame. But it does feel like this could be.
This could get away from the Chargers.
Yeah, it does
especially an early hole. Like, oh, that's demoralizing.
Live lines up to Raiders 7.5. Totals up as well to 38.5 at Pinnacle right now as well. This is a funny story, Scott, that you mentioned this. How about Adam Chernoff's ribbon on Wednesday's stream saying not related to Eric Chernoff? So
I was hoping Eric was in the stream. He wasn't.
He wasn't there, but Chernoff didn't know about the Eric Chernoff. So I explained it to him before the show. I'm like, just so you know, you might see a guy pretending to be a mix of Eric Eager and Adam Chernoff, calls himself Eric Chernoff in the chat. And he had a very good laugh about that. Big time laugh about that.
We have all the celebrities. We have an imposter RJ Bell that comes in the comments as well.
Yes. We believe it to be. We have
that's Fezzik right now. He's in the comment. Maybe Fezzik can confirm if him and RJ are watching together in the studio right now.
Fez, are you and RJ together watching this? Does RJ watch the Best Bets shows? I really need to know. I mean, if not, there is an impersonator. RJ could litigate against that impersonator if he really wanted to.
So Rob, you know how Mondays your bookie's calling you and you don't want to pick up the phone, you know?
That doesn't happen to me, George.
All right. And then you've ignored him all day, and then an unknown number calls and you're waiting for another call and you're like iffy on if you should pick it up or not. So Moretto's calling me all morning and I wouldn't pick up. And then this private number calls me and I was expecting somebody else. And I pick up and All I hear on the other line is, "Big Dog, I couldn't get a hold of you all day. You want to do the watch along tonight?" Fucking Moretto got me with the private number, man.
What's going on, man? That's unusual. He shows up normally with me. He hit you with the private number. Wow. Scumbag tactics, man.
I wasn't picking up his name. I kept, hitting ignore, and I don't blame you, man. He went to a payphone and dialed me out.
It's nothing worse than Moretto hitting you up on WhatsApp or Telegram. Like, got time for a call. The worst. Jacob knows what I'm talking about. He saw the message in the chat this morning. Everyone free for a meeting at some point in the next hour. Whew, those are tough. Those are tough. Tough situations at the Hammer.
I wasn't the first one to reply. I saw it. Kind of went on my fucking busy day.
Yep. It's tough, man. It's tough. Moretto only thinks about himself. That's the way it is. He doesn't think about
what's the most convenient time for a meeting for me.
Yeah. Who's free in the next hour? I don't know. We're all just doing shows, man. Everyone's just doing shows. Who the fuck is Angelo Moretto? This is like a GRP. This is something GRP would say. Wow, this guy gets no respect. He's even appeared on one of these streams before. He still gets no respect. People have no idea who he is. No clue. All right. We going to see Easton Stick throw a ball more than 3 yards downfield on this drive, or are they going to go run, pass again?
As long as it's to a team in a black jersey, we're good.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What's the Circa updated standings here? I have no idea where Fezzik stands. I want to cheer for him this weekend.
I think he dropped to like 4th or 5th now, but somewhere in that. I'll pull them up. There's lots of like Circa talk going on this.
But like the gap is like what, 1 game?
Yeah, it's like 1 or 1.5 or something like that. That was Jalen Guyton. We just hit that bet, by the way.
What'd you bet?
That one's done. Over. Oh, we didn't. Sorry, guys. I personally bet that, but I couldn't bet it on the stream. Apologies. I'll retract.
Nothing worse than, I want to bet.
No. I listen. I bet Jalen Guyton over 5.5 receiving yards, probably about half an hour before the show. I logged on to do the show, and he was up to 8.5. And it's just like, that's not an edge for me. It wasn't an edge for me. I can't do that.
Steve says he's tied for third, half a game back. Oh yeah, let's go, Steve.
Yeah. There's all this like talk about now the survivor hedging and stuff like that. And like Spanky's like, I'd never hedge with it. Like, I'd never cut a deal with anyone. And it's like, dude, this is so ridiculous. Like, obviously,
I thought the split was actually smart. 400K each.
Yeah.
And play for 4 mil. It's like, if you won 4.4 mil, would you be upset that you didn't get the whole 9? Like, come on, guarantee yourself 400K.
I've split survivors in that exact same vein.
Yeah,
before.
That's what I like to do. I like to at poker tournaments and stuff. When you get down to the last 4 or 5, I like to split half of the entire pot of all the spots and then play for the rest.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like, yeah, it's 13 people involved. Can you get everyone to decide on something? No. Some people need the money more than others, although it would be life-changing money. That's a fumble by Easton Stick. The Raiders have it.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's tough. Tough look for the Chargers. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do tonight if this game gets out of hand. I don't know, George.
That's why
Francesco Greco's asleep. We would have done a duet or something like that, but he's sleeping tonight.
I said, Big Dog, put me on the first quarter because this game is going to be unwatchable when it's 21-0 Raiders.
Yeah, you think it's unwatchable now. Wait till Jeff shows up here like completely sauced and slurring his words, can't keep his eyes open. He almost fell asleep on the stream last time. And I think it was a good game.
Was it not the Monday, the week last week? He was like, Jeff was in a next level there.
Next level. It was tough.
I was editing like clips for that one. I didn't realize live like how sauced he was. Like I knew he was a bit sauced, but then watching it back, I was like, holy shit. This guy's wrecked.
It's tough, man. It's tough to be Feinberg.
He's got a newborn. He's got to cool off a
Wow.
little bit of the day.
Great question by TA here, by the way. Would Fez ever use Hitman's best bet in Circa? Imagine the agony if it cost the title. I mean, at the end of the day, it's on Fez to make his own. It's whoever submits the picks. But yeah, once you see Hitman, what did he toss out there this week? The Bears. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know what's going on with him right now.
I kind of like the Bears.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
There's a lot of injuries for Cleveland, man.
I mean, there really is. I mean, it could change by end of week, obviously, but yeah, I thought that. I thought that. We're only at 78 likes, people. This is a new. I mean, this game is a new low for us here on Forward Progress. But this amount of likes, almost through the first quarter, is an extremely new low. Hammer that like button down below. At least pump us up over 100. That's how we're getting our views nowadays. YouTube sees all these likes. They're serving them up on other people's feeds. NFL fans. It's going well. Oh, lots of questions here tonight. Everyone's in a very questiony mood.
Everybody wants to chat.
Everyone wants to chat tonight. Well, let's watch this 3rd and 8 here. Oh, you got the middle of the field. There he is. All right. First down.
Did you see the Miami money that came into the market today?
Yeah, that was I think it was on Tune's release, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. Yeah. I looked, I'm like, the injury report didn't get much better. I said, as far as I know, it's still gonna be windy. I'm like, what was the positive news? And I guess
so that's the thing for me, George, is like, to me, the weather really makes it a tougher matchup for Miami. If this was played in normal conditions, I probably would have laid the 8.5. But because of the way I think this game's going to play out, makes it a lot tougher. Oh, AOC's got him wide open. Oh, did he bobble that? Trey Tucker.
Touchdown? Let's go.
I mean, he bobbled it a couple times. I want to see it again. He was wide open. Wide open.
I don't even trust Miami in a teaser this week. Or at least when it was in teaser range.
Mm-hmm. I could see them. I could see them falling off.
You know, the weather was the reason why in our Forward Progress group chat, I'm like, I like the Jets against Houston. Somebody want to talk me off this play? I think that weather's a really good equalizer for teams like the Jets.
This is very close play, George. I don't know that. I don't know about that second foot, man. Was it on the ground when he got control? I mean, Trey Tucker, how more open do you want to be?
I don't think they're overturning that, but here's a good angle. Oh, it's going to be really close.
It's tight, man. I don't know, Jim. I don't know about that second foot, Jim. Did he get it down? Did he get it in? Oh. I mean, this is a classic play stance, right? In the NFL nowadays.
Yeah.
Not because, like, when does he get possession?
He has black cleats on. I can't see. Yeah. I think it was up there, actually.
I mean, like, if we had to say, what's the probability that this is a completion versus, forget about like what they're gonna rule. Well, I think this is incomplete. Like, I think it. Touchdown. You think it's a touchdown?
Yeah.
Looked incomplete to me.
Yeah.
I may or may not have an under on passing touchdowns for Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
What is that? Under 1.5?
No, 0.5.
Under 0.5. I don't know.
We're sweating this one.
What price did you get? Tell me you got a juicy alt.
Plus 180.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't know, Jacob. I don't know.
We'll see.
We're gonna see. This is not going to get overturned.
No, I agree.
His toe is definitely not on the ground when he gets full possession. Like, you can stop it when he's got like two hands touching the ball, but when he actually possesses the ball, his second foot is up.
Okay,
They're going to call it a TD. This is going to be a TD.
now we have Todd Wishnev in the chat. Like, is Steve? Can you verify that this is the Todd Wishnev?
This has to be. Todd came in here and was saying some stuff about how Eric Chernoff got banned by the mods. So I think Eric Chernoff is now Todd Wishnev.
Got it.
That's what I believe has happened here.
Oh.
For you to get the 5-minute timeout from the moderators on our channel, you got to be doing something like extremely not
I've
kosher.
never given one, so
it's really, really tough. It's really tough. But this should be 13-0 here in no time, possibly 14-0. But I don't know. We're gonna have to come up with some alternative plans here.
I'll put up a poll. Was it a TD?
No, you don't even have to put up the poll.
I'll put it up.
It's going to be a TD.
Oh, not what the refs are gonna say. Do you think it was a touchdown? Fez is adamant that it was absolutely a touchdown.
I am adamant that if they called this incomplete on the field, they would have stuck with incomplete.
Disagree.
Agreed.
Wow.
I counted 4 feet there.
I'd love to see a different angle, though. They give me a better angle. Subject to change.
Look, okay. Forget when he gets. No. This is not possession. That's when he possesses the ball. The second when he gets possession
Touchdown.
of the
They
ball.
call it touchdown.
Yeah, no, it's going to, like, without a doubt.
Right there, his heel. What are you guys talking about?
Well, you know what?
His heel was not down when he had the ball.
Jacob, you are clearly biased by.
Oh, it's over now. I don't.
You're bad. Okay, let's leave this to the unbiased people.
What's the biggest blowout in the modern era?
Miami.
Miami.
Yeah. It's very similar to when Dan Marino's final game. What was that? 62-7, right?
Wow.
Well, I'm just asking.
I don't.
That's what I'm rooting. That's what I want to root for.
Hey, the last time.
Slow mo here. Let's see. I don't.
Yeah, dude. This is. Yeah. Every single time I see it, that foot is off the ground. By the time he gets putting both of your fingertips on the ball is not possession. That's not possession. His palm is not even on the ball yet when they freeze it. Now that's possessed, and his foot is up off the ground.
The more I see it, the more I think it's not.
M. Hunter says 51-0 or 59-0 Pats against the Titans. I remember having the Titans in that game like plus, I think 7.5 or 9.5. And I think they had Chris Johnson in that era. And I said, a lot of snow. Oh, they're just going to run, keep it close. And the Pats just put a beating on them.
Yeah. Biggest NFL blowouts.
You know, it felt like one of the biggest, that Denver Rams game from last year.
Dude,
I was in the dirt.
I was at my in-laws trying to get away from the dinner table to turn on the game. I was on the team that got blown out. Who got blown out in that game?
Denver.
Okay, I watched, I turned it on and it was like 14-0.
We had beautiful CLV, everything. And I have one uncle who likes to drink a lot. And sure enough, he walks up to me. The game's clearly a blowout score. And I look all sad and depressed. And he goes, what side are you on? What team are you cheering for? You know, like, you fucking know, man.
Of course, man. Do you even have to ask that question?
The fucking needle.
Oh, man. I went to physio today and I got some, I think the Chargers just fumbled again. I'm almost certain the Chargers just fumbled. And the Raiders got it. Holy jeez.
What did we say in the chat yesterday? We said this game feels like the Denver Rams spot all over again, right?
It sure does, man. Yeah, that's Josh Kelly, which is great for our Spiller bet because Kelly ain't seeing the field again. He ain't seeing the field. Yep. And the commentary is saying it. Kirk Herbstreit's saying it right now. No, Eckler. That wasn't Eckler. I mean, Eckler is dust. You can write that down no matter what. But that was Kelly right there. We have meteorologist Joe in the chat right now, providing updates on the Miami weather for you, George, just in case you wanted to know. Apparently, weather's going to clear now. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Is this the guy who's given weather advice on Sunday evening in the live stream?
Confirmed.
Fucking, of course, he's a fellow countryman.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the rain might clear by the start of the game. Does not look like the wind is lightening up at all.
Who was the Greek philosopher who figured out the world is curved based on how the sunlight would go? He put a poll up and he figured it out based on how the sunlight would fall.
Aristotle?
Was it Aristotle?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Joe is the modern day Aristotle, but for football weather.
I honestly have no idea.
Joe, I'm also Greek Cypriot, brother.
Johnny the Greek. Oh, it's got to be tough, man. It's got to be tough being associated with that, because it's not a fair representation of your culture, right? At all.
Being associated with Joe Constantinou?
Well, no, not Joe. I have no problem with Joe. He just wants to do like weather forecasts or whatever. But I'm talking with Johnny the Greek. Yanni the Greek.
I fact checked and you were right, Rob. It is Aristotle.
Thank you.
Well done.
I knew I minored in philosophy for some reason.
Joe's telling me I'm not a Greek Cypriot. Don't make me start talking Cypriot on this stream, brother.
Oh man, what did I do to deserve this game, man? Next year we're gonna have to figure out some plans next year.
We gotta flex out some.
Oh, touchdown Raiders! Let's go, Jacoby Myers. Everyone on the Raiders except for the people I bet are scoring TDs. Joe knows, man. Rob is right. Windy still. Do you think I bet on the NFL without knowing the weather of the games? Here's Brinks, who comes in. Brinks messages me like 3 weeks ago saying Aiden O'Connell reminds him of Tom Brady. Since that, and now we're gonna come out after he shreds the Chargers defense off of 2 turnovers at the beginning of the game here, and we're gonna be back to Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell stinks.
Nah, this was a fade. This was the Chargers' dream crusher spot.
Yes.
Expectations. Their quarterback just went down. They're officially eliminated. They hate their coach, and then they went on the road towards the end of the year. These guys are in freaking Cancun right now. This was the spot to fade them.
This is a team who just like doesn't give a shit anymore.
I think Clark's on the minus 13.5 plus 500.
Yeah.
He is loving life right now.
Yeah, I mean, great. In
he brought it up
like
on
that.
Tuesday. I hadn't fully formed the thought in my head, and he brought it up, and then I'm like, yeah, I remember this spot. This is the Denver spot.
Yeah. Pinnacle got the best price in market on the Raiders right now. Minus 24.08 money line. Best price in market. What do we got in terms of actual percentage? Quick conversion. 96% to win. Oh, they're one of those numbers is way out of date. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing I'm going to do here. I'm not going to lay minus 20. Like, if there's a team that can blow a 21-0 lead in the first quarter, the Raiders are right up there. Chat is very lively today. Very lively. We got weather updates. We got Todd Wishnev / Eric Chernoff in here. We got people predicting the true probability of the Raiders winning right now. It's very lively. I don't think I brought up enough booze to the desk today.
Robert, are you guys gonna do us a favor and punch the Bills lights out this week, or what?
I don't think so, personally. I don't think so.
I hope so.
I hope so too, but I don't think so.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm the pessimistic Cowboys fan that just used to. We got our big win last week. Not that this doesn't matter. Obviously, we want to keep that NFC East. That's my favorite thing, by the way, is the people who are like, "Oh yeah, Cowboys huge letdown game or what? They don't have much to play for. It's like, what do you mean they don't have much to play for?
If they win this week and the Eagles lose, they're leading the division. Of course, they have something to play for."
Fez, I really like you, man. But after Purdue, like, you can't be putting stuff out here like this. Even if you actually think it's a good bet, Fez, just don't put this stuff in writing. After Purdue, you cannot do this anymore.
I think it's a great bet.
Yeah, it's solid. But what is the up? Here's the thing. There's no upside in putting that out there. Bet it. Go and bet it, right? But once you put that out there, you're never going to get credit for it being a good bet when it wins.
You can only. It's like those people who will go on to like a Super Bowl props show and they give out a 600 to 1 and they're free rolling, right? Like no one believes they're going to, no one's going to call them out if, I gave you out a 600. But if it does hit by some miracle, they look like the big balls genius of all time.
I listen, I learned my lesson last year with the field goal prop in the Super Bowl, which was still an amazingly good bet. Will a field goal, not a field goal or extra point, will a field goal hit an upright in the game? Like the expected field goal attempts in that game is like 6.
Yeah.
Will it hit an upright? And you could bet no at like minus 460. That was such a good bet. And naturally, it lost. 82%. Jesus Christ, I cannot believe that bet lost. Pinnacle had that bet. Yes, I bet that at Pinnacle. It's part of the reason we got a sponsorship this year. I donated so much money to them in the Super Bowl that they said, no problem, Rob. No problem. That was a great bet.
KGB Rounders. I'm paying you back with your money.
With your money. You remember when I stick it in you?
Yeah. Another fumble.
Another fumble. They recovered it though. It was Guyton again.
Listen, with that field goal bet, it's going to be a better price this year. You make it all back.
He was down. This was not a real fumble though. It was not a real fumble. I do want to see the Chargers lose by 80 today. Yeah, could we make that happen? Or exactly 69-0 would be the ultimate.
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted a 3-score lead at halftime.
Yeah.
Give me 28, and I don't even think I'll watch the second half.
Yeah. Well, the game's not over yet. There's a long way to go here. Yeah. So naturally, I'll just mush this over. But the last couple weeks, we've seen games that were like low mid-30s that were played in a this is an indoor game. That's just very unusual.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
What did it close? 36, I saw.
It closed 36, yeah.
It was as low as like 33 at one point, I think.
Yeah. You see that Easton stick pass, man. He looked like he was shaking, man. That lower body was wiggling a little bit there.
I have to tell you, I have a cousin who hates hockey. He goes, I just can't follow the puck. Stupid sport. No interest in it. And we're sitting there last week when Easton Stick went into the game. And I said, it's bad enough his last name is Stick. Who the hell names their son Easton? And then he says to me, well, it's like the hockey stick, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't watch hockey, and he picked up that detail. I didn't.
Yeah, no, I knew that right away. Easton Stick is actually hilarious. I grew up playing with an Easton Stick because they were like one of the first to do the composite.
I think
I used to work at Sport Check, and I used to like have to fucking blow dry the blade onto the shaft. Those were the days, man. Oh, those were the days.
CCM was my stick. If that even is a brand, I think. Is it?
Repeat it. What was it?
CCM.
Yeah, CCM. It was. Yeah, I just had to remember my hand. It was CCM. Yes. Yeah. Todd, you're pushing it. You're pushing the boundaries on what we can and can't allow in the chat here. You're pushing the boundaries. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
There's something funny about Jerry Tillery, who's like the worst Chargers draft pick in the first round the last 10 years, and yet he always balls against the Raiders, against the Chargers. This is the game where he shows up for.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Speaking of pretty good, George, I just got a push notification here. You can't really see it because I put the brightness up really high on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Circles Off.
Oh.
This week, George joined me on Circles Off. We talked a little bit about the NFL, timing your bets for the NFL. Make sure you check that out on the Circles Off YouTube channel, or if you want to listen to it in audio form, check it out as well. Circles Off, wherever you find your podcast. But I thought it was a pretty entertaining discussion considering the limitations of my guest this week.
I try to rope you into all kinds of off topic, and you're like, no, that's the watch along stuff. We actually need to talk about sports on this episode.
Yeah, we got it. Every now and then we got to give. It was like when it's funny because when we started that podcast, we had all these ideas for topics, right? We're like, yeah, we're gonna do these. We're gonna do an episode or whatever, and we had them all listed out. And then we did like 10 episodes. And we're like, holy fuck, we shouldn't have. Probably should have saved some of those because now it's going to get exponentially harder to create these. So now we do a lot more interviews. We shoot the shit a little bit more, but
you guys have a good mix right now of like interview, interesting guest, and then, topics in general, philosophies, and then another guest. I like the mix right now.
Appreciate that, man. It's very nice of you to say that. Before I let you go, George.
Yeah.
This weekend, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday, December 17th. Jets, Dolphins. I need the exact final score prediction. I'm going to go bet this exact final score, by the way. Just so it's going to be a horrible price, but I'm going to bet it regardless. Because if it wins, I will take credit. And if it loses, I'll do the right thing, and I'll blame you.
All right. I'll give it to you 13-12.
I need a team. I can't just bet 13-12. I need who's going to win the game.
You will never catch me on record giving another team as the winner. That will never. Those NFL prediction shows, and they have like old fans of teams, and their team is like a 20-point underdog, and they roll with their team. That would be me. There is only one team we can give away, baby.
There's like about 200 people watching in real time right now. And all of them tonight, December 14th, 2023, 9:00 p.m. on the nose, have witnessed a first in life. George picking the opponent of the Dolphins against the spread. First time it's ever happened in 37 years. The opponent of the Dolphins. First time for everything, right, George?
Just win, baby. Just win.
Jets win, baby. You heard him. Jets win. I heard him. George, have a good one, man. Enjoy your water for the rest of the night. Stay healthy. All right, bud?
Thank you, gentlemen. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for having me.
All right. G-Stack George, everyone. We've kind of gotten away from G-String George. We'll have to get back to that at some point. Got to use the nicknames that the people give. All right. We're going to welcome in our next guest here in just 1 second. Before we do, we're not at enough likes yet, people. There's no reason that every person in this stream cannot just smash the like button down below. It takes 2 seconds. Just have to click it. Goes a long way. Those algorithms at YouTube, they say, a lot of people are liking this stream. Maybe we should serve it up to other people. And that's how we grow it here at Forward Progress. So take 2 seconds, smash that like button down below. If you're not subscribed to Forward Progress yet, I don't even know what to tell you. Subscribe to Forward Progress. Come on. Come on. Making his debut here on the live watch-alongs. I didn't know his name till today, but now I do. Hunter Huss. On Twitter, at HLHuss22. Oh, you bet the under in Vegas and Chargers?
I really bet the under.
Wow.
And I regretted it after pulling the trigger on the under and then watching the first quarter. So I told Alex, but when he asked me if I wanted to come on, if I had a bet on it, I was like, I bet the under, so put me early. At least it won't be dead by then. He said, okay, 24-point first quarter incoming. And
that's what he said?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow, what a scumbag.
So...
Rooting against people's bets. Classic Moretto move. Wouldn't expect anything less out of him. What did you end up getting, a good number or bad number on the under?
Oh, I missed by 2 full points. I don't think I've missed that hard in the negative CLV department on a total in probably 2 years. So felt bad after I put the bet in. Watched it go the other way. Gotta love that.
Those are tough. Honestly, I mean, listen, it can still happen. It's very unlikely, but it can still happen at some point. I've seen crazier in the NFL. The live total right now is 47.5. It's not like it's anything insane, but those are the ones that I want to win the most. Like when the market opposes me, those are, for me, that's like okay, you're going to slap me in the face. This is the one I want to win badly. When they're like this, I'm not trying to make you depressed or anything.
No.
Like this just gets me in a bad mood, foul mood.
Yeah, and I think the last one that I put in that has gone this poorly right off the bat was Bills Titans, and I want to say last year. And I think the live was like 65 points at one point. I think it closed at 48, and nobody scored from, I think, 8 minutes into the third quarter on, and it made it by a point. So
yeah,
we're rooting for something like that, but that's about all I got left in this one.
Hey man, the Chargers might not even score tonight. Who knows? It's within the realm of possibility that they don't score.
Yeah, they're trying to give it away as much as they can, though.
Yeah,
I think your live look after the first Raiders touchdown was the way to go.
Fuck, I mean, I didn't bet it. I do these things a lot, though. Especially, this is what happens when you intersperse content with betting. And this is not an excuse. Like, at the end of the day, I can click a button in real time, but I have a lot of things going on at once, and I just keep talking and talking and talking, and then, like, sometimes it just becomes an afterthought. I don't need the live betting money or whatever, and I don't live bet a ton anyways, but it sometimes happens and works out like that.
Yeah, I actually don't live bet. I do everything pregame. My live bets, I tried it for first couple of years after I made kind of my model and figured how games should go, and it didn't work out. I was losing money, so I gave it up, and I've never gone back to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I'm more of a pregame bettor, certainly. I mean, part of the challenge. There you go. What are you drinking there?
We got there's a brewery here in Colorado Springs called Red Leg.
Yep. And
there's a distillery called Breckenridge Distillery that's probably more known. They did a collab on a bourbon, and so I got one of the my wife's sister works there, so she got me a bottle of one of their collabs and been drinking that today. It snowed too much here. I was really gonna go buy some Bailey's, put it on ice, drink it through the whole show, but
I was going to ask you about that. So first of all, Seth is a fan. Colorado Springs is great. But when you say it snowed too much, now I know Colorado gets snow, but when you, there's oftentimes, I shouldn't laugh at this type of stuff, but I'm just going to be honest with people. Every now and then you get like a story of like Atlanta had this huge snowstorm. Atlanta had this huge snowstorm. Nobody, there's pictures of just cars on the side of the road on the highway, and they got like half an inch. but they're not prepared. They don't have trucks like to put down sand or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's so how much did it actually snow
So
today?
I will say it was mostly me being lazy than it actually snowing. It did snow like about 4 or 5 inches here. But I grew up in Iowa, moved to Colorado. Snow's been everywhere, every winter all my life, so not a big deal. But yeah, I was just feeling lazy. Didn't want to go get it.
I did try to go get it. And I got distracted. I bought some other stuff and I left, and like I got home, I'm like, shit. I just didn't buy. I mean, I didn't really want to drink Bailey's for the whole stream anyway, so it kind of worked out. There was something in the back of my head, but yeah, I haven't drank Bailey's straight in a long time.
You bought it and then just left it on the counter on the way out.
No. If I bought it, I would have drank it. Trust me, it's not just going to stick around. But yeah, I just ended up forgetting about it. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Live market right now. Chargers Raiders at Pinnacle. We got -20.5, 47. Slowly ticking down. That total slowly ticking down.
About 15 more points, and then we'll start feeling comfortable.
I mean, the Chargers have 51 net yards of offense, 3.9 yards per play.
Anything.
Yeah. This is the score line where the scoring would tend to, like, if the Chargers can't move the ball, the Raiders are not the team that's going to push it, in my opinion here. Like, the Raiders, I think, will go pretty conservative at this point and try not to give the game away.
Yeah, teams tend to do that, and I'm hoping the Raiders just take a run-first approach, run, punt, or run, pass, punt. Maybe get some Iowa Hawkeyes in them, but it's not looking good.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn because, like, I got another 3 quarters of this. We're at 13-12 left in the second quarter. I feel like I've been on air for 7 hours right now, and it's only going to get worse.
You do get to go through 3 straight quarters of my misery on the under here, and then 2 quarters of Jeff as a Chargers fan, though.
Yeah, Jeff will be. He's going to be he's going to be in a great mood though, because he's just rooting.
He's full on tank.
Yeah, which honestly, that
is the right move, but
I think so too. There's fans that think it's just like sacrilegious to cheer against your team, but it's very similar to sports betting, right? It's like you got to think about the long haul. And
yeah, I'm a 49ers fan. I did bet on him this week, so not feeding into what you're saying in any way there. But I do bet against him, and I have no qualms about doing so.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, you got to be able to bet against your team. I'm just looking at what you played this week.
Right. I haven't picked a side yet. I've bet a side, but I haven't officially posted it. I got distracted after I bet it yesterday, and I looked at it again, and the line had moved half a point. So I officially played Lions -4, but it looks like it's 4.5 everywhere today.
We played some Lions -4 as well. Small, not like we basically took out some of the last 4s that we could find. I think that might come back. I don't know. I think there's very mixed opinions on that game right now.
Yeah. I'm heavy on Lions. I think it should go Lions direction from here on, but I could see the pushback, and I had the chance to, so I bet Sunday nights. I know you're talking to G-Stack about that. I could have bet it then at 4. Didn't think I'd see it again after it moved from that point. And then yesterday I was like, okay, I got to do it. I don't think I'm going to see 4 again. So you think it'll come back?
I don't know. So there's a couple things that lead me to believe that. For one, on the Best Bets show I do on Wednesdays here on Forward Progress, I know for a fact that there's a very influential bettor that joins the chat for that show regularly and likes to share his opinions on the same games that we tend to talk about. We talked Denver, Detroit. He made it very much seem, based off of his commentary, that he liked Denver in that game. There's also a couple other indicators that I follow. of where that tend to be pretty accurate in predicting where the market is going to go later in the week. That would lead me to believe that there's someone out there that does like the Broncos, but we'll see. I've been wrong on it before. I think 4 is a very good price to bet Detroit this week, but
they've looked like ass for a while.
Yeah, I mean, well, typically when you're going to buy a team at their low, you're trying to time the market. You're trying to time them when people have kind of given up on that team. The Lions defense is an atrocity. Like I'm very, very scared of their defense. It sucks. But is Denver the offense that is going to take advantage of that? I'm a little bit hesitant on that.
Same. That's kind of what fed into my Lions pick too. Russell just hasn't shown much all season. I know, like, if you look at some basic stats, passer rating looks great, but I think he's pumping those numbers up a little bit. And at some point, I think it'll come to fruition, but hoping it's this week.
We're going to get a Chargers punt here on 4th and 7. So again, not done. I mean, Easton Stick right now does not look like he has any ability to push it downfield. I call this the happy feet in the pocket, but he had one read and then started moving up, trying to find something, and he just couldn't right away. So punt coming in there. Lots of people with questions for you in the chat,
Sure.
generally as we go on here. But first and foremost, I saw this earlier. I didn't star it, but someone was asking about your handicapping style on the games.
Yep.
And like whether or not you're a strict modeler and you trust your number, if there's like a human element in terms of, handicapping the game. If I mean, you don't have to give away too much, but just out of curiosity.
No, so I do make my own lines, and I do stick to them. I think in maybe 4 years of doing it, I've probably bet against my own number, maybe a handful of times, but it's not been often. I do like a 2.5, 3 unit bet this year. And that's kind of just been, the 2 is like basic just number. 3 will be like, I really can I know what this number is. It's just off. It's going to cross a key number. I know I'm getting CLV, and I went through and actually looked today. My 3 unit bets, the lowest CLV I have on any of those is 3.8%. And then I have a couple sitting in the mid 4s, and everything else has kind of been above that. So I think I've been doing pretty well there. And then 2.5 is kind of in between either. So you do the Sunday night pod, and you kind of go through and you guys give your thoughts on, I think this number is going to move whatever direction. My 2.5 is, I think this number is going to move in my favor, but I don't think it's going to cross a major number.
Got it.
So initially I did start out by doing like, if I'm X amount of points off from the number, that'll be my 3 unit bet. That'll be my 2.5. Wasn't phenomenal at doing that. It could have been negative variance, call it what it is. But it wasn't working out for me season 1. So I kind of went away from that and got away from doing, 2 to 4 units, and then reeled it back a little bit. And that's kind of what I've been doing 2023 anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got your bet stamp pulled up over here. NFL, 9.9% ROI on a 340 game sample size over the past couple years. Most of that is, I mean, you have a very, very good record on spreads in the NFL. 94, 60, and 6, 160 game sample size, 13.8% ROI, 1.9% CLV. But I did notice you went through a pretty rough run at one point this year, and looks like maybe took a little bit of time off from capping at that point. So just like, I mean, that must have weighed on you a little bit.
So the time off was actually pre-planned by a long shot. I went to Maui, and during my week off, I was just like, I'm not posting pics. I've been doing actually terrible for the last couple of weeks. I think week 7 and 8, I was like -7 units, -6 units. And so about week 8, I put in a couple plays, and then I got on a plane, went to Maui. My sister actually got married out there, so I knew months in advance I was going to be out that week, and I was going to try to play. I was going to try to have friends place bets for me, but yeah, I was doing terrible, so I was like, let's get a full reset. I'll come back after that, after Maui, and take a closer look at what I'm doing wrong. I know I hit you up about with a question about turnovers at one point, because the week 7 8 really sat on me. Like, turnovers were not my friend, and it was kind of like first quarter tonight. You bet on a team, you bet on an under. Uh, they fumble it, and the other team has 15 yards to go to the end zone. It was probably mostly negative variance, but man, it didn't feel good.
Yeah, that's the challenge with sports betting, right? It's like just sticking with it even when things are not going well, but your process hasn't changed. I used to like track things like, special teams touchdowns in games that I bet on, when I bet on a team versus when I bet against, like that type of stuff. And it used to just drive me insane. And I just stopped doing it because it can seem like the world is against you sometimes, where you've capped the game correctly and whatever expected points was this. And it's easier said than done, but over time it does tend to balance out, and you can just get caught up in like these really small samples and be like, what the fuck is going on here? Am I missing something or whatever? But it's honestly the biggest challenge of sports betting, in my opinion. It's not winning. It's not like a million other things that people think are the hardest thing to do. It's like maintaining like a state of mind. Oh my God, the Chargers just fumbled again. Oh my God, man. I cannot believe this. This is it. Like, but this is what I mean about the turnovers, right? It's like,
that's what I'm talking about right there.
You're not going to predict 3 turnovers in the first, 18 minutes or 21 minutes of the game. You're just not going to do that.
So I agree. Turnovers are mostly random. I think I didn't have a ton for turnovers in my own numbers. Like, I know picks, I think you can kind of put in. Fumbles are much harder. I know I bet the over in Philly Buffalo last week, and the Eagles, man, the receivers just could not hold the ball on their own. They got inside the Cowboys 35, could not hold on to the ball. And I don't think, no matter what I do, I don't think I'm ever going to fit that into a number. So stuff like that's just out of my hands. I think there is a way to do fumbles a little bit, but it's going to be mostly sack fumbles.
Yeah, and like when you're modeling out a game or handicapping a game, you're never going to get like, this team's going to win the turnover margin by 4. Like, you're going to get, okay, yeah, you know what? This team is very likely to win the turnover margin for these reasons, but you're never going to have it that drastic. So, yeah, honestly, John, the timing on that, it could
wild. Couldn't have been better.
Almost like we live in a simulation. Do you handicap other, like the alternate futures? Let's say, like Bung Magoo in the chat was, how is Russ not comeback player of the year? Do you look at stuff like that as the season goes on?
I do, but not so much as the season goes on. Every year, I turned 30 2 years ago. And I kind of did like 30 futures picks for my 30th birthday, which is about a month before the season starts. I think I'm just going to kind of carry that on. I do take a look at like season long. I put my numbers together, take a look at how I think that's going to do season long. And then that's kind of where those come from, but I don't really keep it up week to week. I know people, pick their spots to make playoffs, Super Bowl winners, and I can do that, but it's more of a one-off. I don't really track it throughout a full season. And I don't know. I know that's probably not the answer that a lot of gambling Twitter wants to hear.
Well, I don't bet a lot of futures, honestly, I personally, and everyone feel free to disagree. I don't care how you bet or what you are into or whatever. I kind of find the weekly conversation about who should win MVP, comeback play, I find it nauseating, honestly. Just it's just too much, really. And it just boils down to like a lot of the conversation is like, well, this team's going to be favored by 10 points this week, and this other team's an underdog. This guy has value in that mark. And it's like, well, does he? Like, these markets have so much vig associated with them. And you have humans voting on these awards. Like, really, it's more so, in my opinion, an exercise in breaking down who is likely to get votes rather than like who deserves to win. And I think people just get caught up in the wrong things in these markets all the time.
I think you also got to just like, it doesn't matter who you want to win. There's a select voting group, and like Cleve TA broke that down, I think, in a tweet today, just like, hey, it doesn't matter who you think's going to win MVP. If you had a vote today, who would you pick? You're a Cowboys fan. I'm a 49ers fan.
Yeah, I would pick Dak if I had a vote.
I think it should be Dak. I think a lot of like most of the stats are probably going to lean towards Purdy just because who he's got around him and what he does. I think he should be in the conversation.
Yep.
We might see Jimmy G tonight. Probably not actually, since he's killing it.
You know what? We might see Jimmy G in a backup role to keep Aiden O'Connell healthy.
45-0. But yeah, Purdy just does things so much better than Jimmy G did. I know the stats aren't going to show all of that, but he's working with just an absolute shit group at pass protection.
Yeah.
And he's still making it work in ways that Jimmy G would have never. So that's my homer on why I think Purdy's better than Jimmy G, but I think Dak should win MVP.
Well, what kills me about the discourse is that like it's kind of like a reflection of society as a whole right now, right? Where there is no middle ground, right?
Yeah.
Like I've bet Brock Purdy to win MVP, and I don't know. Let me see what number I have. I bet this. This is bet stamp verified on my own account here. But if I pull it up here as it's loading, 14-1 on. It says Sunday, placed on Thursday, November 30th. 14-1. I thought that's a great price on Purdy, right? But the discourse is like it's like these extremes, right? It's either like Purdy is a game manager and everything is schemed for him, or it's like, oh, look at him, he can make all these throws downfield and he's doing this all, and it's like it's just like a combo of both. Like, why can we not say that Brock Purdy is playing good? He's giving good quarterback
playing
play.
Great.
Yeah, and he's also aided by the fact that he's got good receivers. Like it's okay to say that both of those things exist, and no one seems to want to do that. And I never understand that. Like I think that's what nauseates me the most about all the MVP discussion and whatever. First and foremost, people form opinions based off of what they bet. So if you consume content in the space, people are advocating for what they bet rather than what they actually believe. And on top of that, there's just like there's no middle ground. It's insane to me that it's like always one extreme or another.
That's really kind of all Twitter and the whole no middle ground thing. I tried to make a case. Dak's turnover worthy throw percent, he's done incredibly well. Sam Monson had a tweet probably 4 weeks ago now where he like quote tweeted something from the past that Dak had a bunch of turnovers, that he's going to come back. And I think my comment just said something about, probably playing only 2 top 10 pass defenses helped. And I think even today, I haven't looked it up since then, but I think he's probably only played 2 top 10 pass defenses, but that's not his fault. And he's still just destroying these teams.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and again, I like he played the 49ers and he was terrible in that game. Yeah. And that's the best pass defense he's played all year.
Played the Jets and he did very well against them.
Yes. And like that was the first Zach Wilson game. Yeah. He didn't need to, do anything crazy. But at the end of the day, it's still very impressive when you put up the numbers that he's doing. Again, it's not like he's just having good games against these bad defenses. He's killing them. He's destroying
them.
He's carving them. That matters for something. But it's like the whole converse. I mean, I was listening to something today that was, well, okay, the MVP. It's an MVP award, most valuable player award. And it's like, why does Patrick Mahomes not get it? Because the downgrade from Patrick Mahomes to Blaine Gabbert is bigger than any other downgrade in the league. This was the argument that was being made. And it's like, well, you're missing the essence of the award and the people who are voting on it. The people who are voting on it are not looking at the point spreads of the game and saying, oh, Patrick Mahomes, if he's out, it's a 10-point downgrade. But if this guy's out, it's only going to be 7. No one gives a shit about that. They're looking at the season as a whole and kind of like the resume, and it's just not going to happen for Mahomes at this point unless he finishes really strong.
And if it's truly an MVP award, he would win it every year, and it would be pointless.
Right. But that's
especially with the crew he's working with in 2023. Like, those receivers are something else.
Well, I mean, listen, there still is a path to him winning because of there is like a recency bias towards who finishes strong, and that could happen. And there is very much a path towards the Chiefs actually still like getting the 1 seed and finishing strong because of the schedule that they have left, which is Patriots, Raiders, Bengals, Chargers, all very winnable games. But yeah, like the essence of the award is not who is the biggest, who gets the biggest downgrade if they're out in terms of Vegas point spreads.
Do you have a bet on Chiefs Pats this week?
I don't have a bet on that game.
I was looking. I looked long and hard at the under there. I don't know how I could ever get myself to bet on a Patrick Mahomes under if that number doesn't at least start with a 4.
You know what? It's so different now, though. I've kind of learned from myself this year that I used to say stuff like that too, and that's not to say that you can't.
Yeah.
But like I was like the Mahomes under a field goal guy until I wasn't, and I'm just like, well, you know what? Actually, there's way more to it than that, and I don't know why I've ever been saying that, but yeah, it's I subjectively have a very, very challenging time seeing New England score in that game.
Either one, really. Kansas City will score. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're going to put up points, but I don't know that they're going to put up enough to, like, 37 looks enticing.
It does. I mean, the Patriots defense, albeit aided by a slightly easier schedule lately, has been playing well. It has been playing well.
It's going to be, I'm going to take an under in that one, and then it's going to look just like this game, except at least one known name on playing quarterback.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I really have to see. I mean, literally every wide receiver on the Patriots had some sort of injury designation today. I'm not exaggerating. Devontae Parker, Pop Douglas, Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton. It's a disaster for them. Ramondre Stevenson, their left tackle, Trent Brown. So it could shape up to be many different things. But, oh man, Patriots, I just really, outside of like the early scripted stuff against the Steelers last week, they did not look very good offensively again.
No, they haven't all year. They're not going to with Belichick at all, or Bill O'Brien.
Oh man, it's tough. Let me see what else you have here. You got some very good CLV on that Rams over.
I saw you took that earlier, or was that yesterday? That was yesterday. So you took the full game. I just took team total.
True story on that one. I'm doing the Wednesday best bets show, and usually we plan like what we're going to give as best bets prior to the show, but we kind of have a backup plan in case while we're on air, when like early injury reports are coming out, stuff moves. So Hitman was going to give Vikings as his best bet, and I was going to give the Bears. But the Vikings moved while it was live on air. So he pivots to giving the Bears. And I'm like, okay, I also have an edge right now that's equal, like literally the exact same percentage in terms of edge. If he's going to give the Bears, I'll just give the Rams live on air. I give the Rams, but we had not filled our bet yet on the Rams. So I'm actually only holding like a 1/3, maybe a bit more than a third, half position on the Rams, because as soon as I gave it on air, it steamed hard in real time. So now I'm just like, well, that sucked, because I do think there's going to be a lot of points in that game.
Yeah, and it moved you off Bears, which honestly I'm probably gonna bet later today. So I made it through. I don't do much with the injury reports that come out on Wednesday. I never really have, but Thursday ones matter a little bit more. And that Browns injury report, man, looks rough.
It does. It does. Some of it, in my opinion, is already factored in. If I'm being, but
I show more value on the Bears as of right now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm always. You know what? I'm very pessimistic by nature, so I'm worried about every bet all the time. And I do also feel like there could be some more Browns money in market on that game. I don't like when I have an edge one way, and I talked about this with George on Circles Off this week, but like market timing and when to place your bets and whatever.
I actually listened to that already, and it was a very, very well done pod. It was like if I had any doubts about what I was putting together on a weekly basis, like that was a good pod to listen to, and just like I have my process down at about the right times and the right thoughts. Anyway,
right? Yeah, I mean, to each their own. Everyone's going to attack the NFL differently, but for me, I make my numbers, but then it's about, okay, where do I actually think that this number is going to go over the course of the week? And when do I try to get my bet in on this? And I don't know with that game. I don't, but I've seen a little bit of love behind the scenes, I'll call it, for Cleveland this week. And I just don't want to take a price where I could potentially get better late in the week. That's just like always been my MO. So, yeah.
So I was looking at it right before I came on, and I think a couple places have shown a 2.5. And so I obviously don't talk to as many people as you probably do, especially sharp bettors. But I don't know that it's gonna. I won't see a 3.5. I don't think.
I don't think so either. Now with this injury report, I know FanDuel moved off to 2.5 earlier at some point. I'm not sure if it's still there as well, but yeah. I mean, these here, Huss, this is my life, right? AOC alt overs keep hating Pizzola, as if I didn't come on air right before the show and say bet Aiden O'Connell alternate overs. I mean, did it or did it not happen, people? People think I just hate on certain players. Aiden O'Connell's not a good quarterback. He's having a great game.
He's not.
He's just not a good quarterback. So what do you want me to tell you?
I have one more player I want to get your opinion on. Viking starter Nick Mullins.
I don't know. Low degree of confidence. I've always liked Nick Mullins, and I've actually was looking back, and I've bet him a few times before with success. But you do have to be weary of the Shanahan QBs.
That's where I was going to go with it. It's to me, it's impossible to price right now. I'm not going to have a bet on that game because I used his quarterback number for what he was on the 49ers. I'm not anywhere close to the line, and it's not going to make sense. I took it down a little bit. I'm never going to make that game line make sense. So
what I like to do in those situations, personally, I like to run a number with Mullins and like what I think Mullins is. But then I also like to run numbers with other quarterbacks. So like if it's an average quarterback, here's what I make the line. If it's like a 25th percentile quarterback, holy Jesus.
I'm ahead of you on stream. Moretto.
Bolden.
Moretto
That's Bolden, baby. 25-1. Let's go.
Nice.
We cash another one. We cash another one. And now
the under is officially dead in the first quarter.
First half. First half.
Not the closing line, but I took 34. First half.
All right. So what we're rooting for right now is no more touchdowns.
No more touchdowns.
No more touchdowns. because we also, not only do we bet Brandon Bolden anytime, but we bet him last TD as well.
Nice.
So no more TDs is what we want here. This is now like, I know I've lost a lot of bets this year on this stream, more than I've won, because we tend to take a lot of underdog prices. But holy shit, we've hit like a lot of 20 to 1s and higher this year. It seems like it happens once a week. So, great stuff. Love stuff like that.
You gonna be the new Noops? First down
Nope.
touchdown scorer?
You know what? Noops is great. I don't claim to be great at this stuff. I don't bet a ton of props. I just find that I don't want to use the word easy. It diminishes like people who make a lot of money at this stuff and whatever. But there's some times where things just don't make sense to me, like at all. And the whole logic for the Brandon Bolden stuff today, in terms of any time, was okay. You have your starting running back out in Josh Jacobs. Now, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But I'm looking through Raiders beat writers and everything I can find, and they're not talking anything about running back usage at all. And these Zamir White numbers are just going through the roof all day today, as if like he's just going to get all the carries for the Raiders. I'm like, I don't think that's likely, honestly. Like they have a couple veterans there in Abdullah and Bolden, and you look at the price and you're like, yeah, this is kind of insane with you're getting 25 to 1 and it's not, this is the flyer I'd like to take on a game where no one knows what the usage is going to be on running backs. Might as well. So it's just tough to me. Like logically, you can just like back your way into finding good bets.
Yeah, that's fair. It was a good call. Zamir White, I did take that. You and G Stack were talking about that in the first quarter. Zamir White unders. So I guess that's what I'm rooting for at this point.
Where's he at? He's at 28 yards, 3.5 yards per carry. And like, listen, Bolden's only got 2 carries. Abdullah's only got 2, but
I don't even know the stats up for this one yet.
Yeah. Brandon Staley's not making it out of this game. This guy is.
I don't know that he should have made it into this season, but
cheap organization, man. Very cheap organization.
The other one, Raiders, they fired their coach midway through, and I thought that was. I would have never put a bet on McDaniel's next coach fired.
Neither would I. I did not think Mark Davis would be the guy that. Again, another cheap organization. I was surprised by that,
especially since they like brought him back for this year. Okay,
yeah,
you get your year. He doesn't have the money to just fire him mid-season. No shot.
Yeah.
And boy, was I wrong on that. But
yep. Oh man, unsportsmanlike. What did this guy do here? I just talk shit in his face after the incompletion. Can't do that. Cannot do that. That's a tough look. Oh man.
I think what time do you get on the clock?
I think I got 15
seconds
seconds on the play clock.
Okay. I'm
12,
a whole
11.
play ahead of you.
Yeah. This happens with the Amazon Prime games. So typically speaking, for the Monday Night Football games, when I do the live stream, I'm usually ahead of most of the audience, not everyone. But usually I'm ahead. And even when I bring other guests on, I have to usually pause mine to get in line with theirs.
Oh, yeah.
These Prime games, I don't know in Canada why they're so slow, but they are.
I'm one of them. When it's not, that's why I was like, yeah, I'll for sure come on a Thursday, no problem. I got Amazon Prime, but I'm usually like streaming other weeks. I figured I would be like a full minute behind. There's no chance I was going to be close.
I'm going to be very interested to see what the second half line is in this game, because I will, at like 17 or higher, I'm probably going to have some interest in the under.
Then I'll get my under bet. Fired too early.
Double or nothing. Yeah,
Double or nothing. Oh God.
The old martingale strategy on Raiders unders.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers offense cannot move the ball right now.
No, they can't.
In all likelihood, here's the thing. Staley's going for it, as he should, down 35. So maybe that changes things in terms of if they're going to be super aggressive in the second half and pull stuff like this. I'm not so sure about the under, but
Aggressive, but will they be effective?
well, I don't want them to do like a 4th and 1 on their own 29 type of situation. Oh man. Okay, they let it get to the 2-minute warning. Oh, I really want the under second half here. So much for all that that late Chargers money today.
Late Chargers, I would have bet against that. Should have done that. I made it minus 3.4, but I was on the under, so it wasn't enough to get me into it.
Yeah, we have a very, very small amount of Raiders here. Should be bigger bet for me, and it's not, but it is what it is. I personally do not love these games where you have like unknown commodity at quarterback for one team. I'm just not, over the years, I've not been good at ROI wise in betting games involving guys like Easton Stick, where I'm just like taking shots basically.
So you guys did your circles off pod, you and G Stack, and you talked about market timing. One of my favorite bets to make is if I already like a number on Sunday night, because a lot of my bets come out Sunday night. I do some Sunday morning. A lot of my bets come out on Sunday night. My favorite one is if that team has not played on Monday Night Football yet, and betting against them. And then a few times, an quarterback injury happens, and that line, you have immediate 17, 18% CLV. I've done that 3 times in the last 2.5 years, and I have not won a single one of those bets. I went back and looked about week. I don't remember the quarterback. It might have been after Rodgers got injured, and I went back and looked at that. Man, I cannot win that bet for the life of me.
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt. Don't look at the chat, Rob.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I've been flipping back and forth to the Leaf game as well. We're okay. We're not in a bad spot here. I mean, I would take this. We got money line and puck line on Columbus, so whatever, man. I've bet hockey and I've bet sports my whole life. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and I'll move on with it. Yeah.
If I did have to move into another sport to bet, hockey, number one, easy for me.
Are you a big Avalanche fan or?
I am not. So I'm from Iowa. There's no pro sports teams there. You could just get to kind of choose whatever you grew up to. I don't have an NHL team. I probably would kind of be an Avs fan now that I moved out to Colorado. But I don't know. It's name a sport closer to NFL than hockey.
Yeah, I mean, it's I will say this, like if you get rattled from betting the NFL and you get tilted by, I'm not suggesting you do, Hunter, but like some people just can't handle the swings of the NFL. You're not going to want to bet hockey. I'll tell you that right now, because like the biggest bullshit happened. It's a very low event game, just like football, where you don't have a lot of scoring plays in the game. And that tends like you'll have games where you bet on a team and they get 45 shots and the other team gets 15 and you lose.
So I've done none of it, like not looked into it hardly at all. Barely know sites that have decent advanced stats to look at even.
Yep.
But yeah, puck luck, definitely a thing there. From what it looks like to me anyway.
Yeah. So the Chargers didn't get it here. And to boot, Gerald Everett was lined up offside as well. So
Darius Tony route to winning games.
I'm currently watching the Leafs game right now in a massive sweat. Yeah, this is pretty incredible that I'm doing a Thursday night football live watch along, and I've had to flip away in the second quarter.
How much time do you got left in the Leafs game? I don't have it on.
3 minutes 30, and like this is end to end action. There's been an absurd amount of chances in this overtime. Leafs have a 2-on-1 right now. and got stopped 2-on-1 going the other. You would not like. I'm not saying again you Hunter specifically, but when you bet these overtimes and watch them, they are insane.
You were talking about that on one of your pods a little while back.
It's 3-on-3. The teams don't care because they've gotten a point each already. They just trade chances for the entirety of the overtime. And like already there's been 10 unreal chances in this game. Apologies to people who don't give a shit about hockey right now. I swear I will get back to the football game at some point.
I promise you there's not a lot going on in the football game.
Yeah, I don't. I imagine we will be having a lot of
56 seconds left to suck in that.
I'm just waiting for the halftime line. Jacob, let's get Pinnacle second half queued up if we can, so that when they post, we can be quick to hit if possible. We'll see what the second half line is. I do really want that under. I don't. I mean, the Chargers are just. They're a privilege, as Eric Eager would say. I love when he says that. It's one of my favorite things to say now. Favorite things to use.
I've caught myself saying that a few times. He's right.
Now they're going to have to get Amir Abdullah a touchdown as well to give all the running backs a touchdown.
Just could play the whole second half.
Yep. I mean, at this point, anyone could play. Maybe we'll see some Brian Hoyer in the second half or something like that. That's the concern if you bet O'Connell overs. Is that he's going to be
if you bet your second half under.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. No, they're just handing off in the second half, man. Yeah, it's run first down, run second down. Oh, there's the Columbus goal. I hate to bet against the Leafs, but we get it. Whew, get home. Traitor to my own city, Hunter. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
So who's winning the Stanley Cup?
Oh, Toronto's winning the Stanley Cup. No, they're not. They're not. I actually think this is like the worst Leafs team. Maybe that's going to be them actually winning the cup because of that. I'll say the Dallas Stars are going to win the cup this year. It's the vibe I got. It's the one team that I think is very much built for the playoffs. That deep. I like Dallas this year.
I could get behind that. Iowa never had a professional team, but they had Dallas's like AAA team. I know that's not the term for it, but they had the Iowa Stars for a while. So I went to a few of those games. I could get behind that. But.
Yeah, the AHL team, American Hockey League. Yeah,
thank you.
Oh man, 35-0 Raiders, unbelievable, man.
Props to you if you bet alt spreads in this one.
Oh yeah, Sharp Clark was on with G-Stack George. Oh, looks like a big injury there on Tuesday.
I'm actually in a circa entry with Sharp Clark this year.
Oh yeah,
we're not doing great, but I did do an entry with him. You generally tune into that one. I did not this week. I had no idea he took alt spreads.
Yeah, he did. I forgot. He's Denver based as well. I didn't think of that.
Yep.
Him
and Diggs.
Diggs is Denver based?
Yeah, I think so.
Have you met him before?
I have not. I haven't met him. I haven't even met Sharp Clark. I've talked to him, but I haven't met him in person yet. I need to make it up there and do that.
Diggs, I think, I could be wrong, but I think he was like born either in Virginia or Washington, or that's where back in the day when I used to, I don't want to say associate with him. That's not the right word, but like maybe communicate with him very rarely. I thought he was like a Washington, D.C. guy.
He didn't flip you to Seaville?
Oh no, he hated me. I emailed him one time asking him like what his problem was. And he sent me back a rather lengthy email saying along the lines of like, winners don't care about getting clout or anything like that. They just shut the fuck up and win and stuff like that. It was So, I mean.
Not a big CLV fan, just win?
I responded and I said thank you. I thank you very much. I appreciate the response. And that was I don't think we've talked since then.
Jeez.
At least yeah. No communication other than Twitter. Let's put it that way. Let's put
Did
it
you
that
flip
way.
back to the game?
I did. I'm watching right now. So you would have seen the play before me, and I'm just seeing it in the end zone. You know, dude, I bet Hunter Renfro anytime. You know how depressing it is to see.
To watch everyone score.
Yeah. They did like a designed Trey Tucker man, what was there a line? Let me just check this really quickly on Trey Tucker 2+ touchdowns, because I'm very, very curious what that would have paid. I was looking 125 to 1. Honestly, probably not even the right price.
So I gotta ask, Rob, what is your just biggest I was wrong NFL bet?
Good question. Let's see. Cowboys against the 49ers this year.
Okay. It's pretty solid.
That was like one where I just knew it was done, like, very quickly.
Came out of the gates and it's nope. Turn it off.
Yeah. Was there? I'm just thinking if there was like a season-long wager that I made that never had any hope, and I don't think there was. I laid -200. I can't remember the week, but on the Bills to make the playoffs, which turned out to be a really bad bet. I think you could basically have gotten them at a better price every single week afterwards. I think it was the week before they lost to the Broncos.
I gotcha.
On Monday Night Football. So that was a bad one. That's a pretty hefty size bet. I don't know, man. Like, I make a lot of bets over the course of the year that I don't want to say that, like Seattle, Baltimore, I bet Baltimore. Detroit, Baltimore, I bet Baltimore. So those were like clear right sides.
Yeah. I bet Detroit, Baltimore. That one is pretty off. This game right here is up there. I remember specifically Packers, Eagles last year. I bet the under in that one, and it was like every pass was a touchdown, basically.
Right.
And it was just like the under had no chance, and I knew it from play one.
Bad one for me was week 3. I took on Thursday Night Football, I took Green Bay against Detroit. And I didn't get a good price, and also just like Detroit wire to wire winner, destroyed Green Bay. So that was a bad one. I'm sure I've had like way worse, honestly. I'm sure I've had a lot of bad ones, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, maybe I've turned a new leaf as a bettor, and that I just don't let it get to me anymore.
Yeah. I did take I do remember taking Green Bay versus Detroit.
Yeah.
And I had my in-laws in town. And so my wife, my in-laws don't care about sports whatsoever.
Yep.
And so I just remember I was cooking and the game was on, and I was trying to get them to just tell me like, hey, I heard someone scored a touchdown. I didn't quite hear who.
Yep.
And man, it was such a cluster of just like, okay, who threw the pick? What's a pick? Like, oh my God. Like, I can't do this.
That's tough.
I remember that game vividly. It didn't.
Yes.
It was just a pain.
I think that Isaiah Spiller carry at the end of the half there for 4 yards got me over on Isaiah Spiller as well. So very, very good first half for props. I'm kicking myself for not having more on the Raiders, but you know what? Cannot complain.
Sorry, Rob. We have over 13.5 on the show for Spiller. We need one more.
No, we're good.
We're good now?
Yeah.
Betstamp has it at 13. So I guess
that last carry got us there. It was 3 yards, so he's now 5 for 16. Cash money, homie. Cash money, homie. As Randy Moss would have said back in the day. Hunter, man, really appreciate you joining. Hopefully we could do this more often as we move on over the course of the season. Maybe during the 49ers game, we'll get a sweat.
Whew, I don't know about that. Man, I normally when I watch games, I'm pretty calm. I watched the 49ers Eagles game. I was sweating that one. Didn't have a bet on it. Was sweating it the entire way through.
nobody wants to do their own team's
Yeah.
games except for Jeff Feinberg tonight because he's rooting for the Raiders and he's getting what he wanted. So appreciate it, man. Everyone out there, make sure you follow Hunter on Twitter at HLHus22. Very sharp NFL bettor. Lots of good insights. Make sure you check him out. And hopefully we can have him back on. I'm going to call you Hunter Hurst Huss going forward, if you get the reference,
That's
which
fair.
I think you do. Yes. Yes. Triple H has got to be you got to go by Triple H.
I did get
That's
that a
got
lot.
to be
It is my true name is not Triple H. So
Yes.
I've let a
Well,
lot
it's
of
got to
people
be
down my life.
L is the middle name, I assume,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yes. You don't have to give it out, but yes.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter. Appreciate it, man. All the best. All right, Hunter Huss, everyone. Oh, wow. What are we gonna do, Jacob?
We're gonna see what Feinberg has for us. This is his his victory tour because he's been the one saying that Herbert's carrying this team. No idea how bad this team is without Herbert, and perhaps he's correct.
Let's okay, first of all, let's see when the second half line comes up here at some point.
Yeah,
which it should be up here shortly. Because I do have some interest in the under here. I mean, the Raiders were 7.3 yards per play. But I don't think that's going to continue in the second half purely because this game is done. And I think that the Raiders are just handing the ball off as much as possible. That's my thoughts on second half.
Yep.
Might need a piss break here shortly. Let's see if I can get a second half bet in here though. Oh fuck.
All
That's
right.
the problem with fucking drinking these White Claws on air.
I don't see anything up yet.
Might have to give a quick the old quick refresh there. I am fit to play.
I'm
Yes,
refreshing.
fit to play. Yeah. Dude, these I am fit to plays make me want to hurt myself. Make me location check. All right, I'm good. Okay. 16.5 over minus 119.
Where are you seeing this?
You're logged into the test account. I'm logged into my Ontario account. Maybe the test account doesn't have the second half markets. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm on my personal account and it's up. So I don't know.
Yeah. The test account, man.
It is.
They're trying to lock us out. Trying to smoke us out.
Yeah.
Mr. Tomasulo wanted to smoke me out.
Can't bet the money line anymore, but here's the live look.
Click second half on the BetStamp one.
Hopefully it's up. Okay, yeah, we got it.
Yeah, this is what I'm seeing right now.
Chargers favored. Have they gone past midfield yet?
I mean, can the Chargers score a point? Let's see where their drives have ended.
At this point, do you kick your field goal if you get it, or are you trying to come back here?
No, the coaches, NFL coaches will do anything they can to not get shut out. It makes no sense to kick a field goal in any situation, but they're not going to win. It's over. So they'll do that.
4th and 3 from the 30. You think Staley's just going to kick that?
I do. I honestly do. I'm sorry.
What's he got to lose though?
No, his job. He's going to lose his job for one.
But
coaches don't want it on their resume or their record that they've gotten shut out. They just don't want it. This is NFL coaching 101. The dumbest of the dumb. They kick field goals whenever they can to avoid the shutout. It happens all the time. Jay Dilly in the chat. I don't know if anyone gets this reference, but he knows exactly what I was talking about. And this is very funny. Mr. Tomasulo picked the wrong guy to hire as a fake handicap. You have no idea, Jake.
I don't get it.
No, you have no idea. Play now. You're not familiar?
No, unfortunately.
Cramerica Enterprises, Cramerica Productions. No,
different language, man.
No.
Nope.
Well, trying to see what else I can. At this point, you wouldn't know. If you don't know, you don't know.
No, not gonna get it.
It's a tough look, man.
What's the play?
I'm frantically refreshing here to see if there's a chance that this will go to 17. I do not believe it's going to go to 17.
It's got a chance.
The question is whether or not, what are our rooting interests second and half? We have cashed. Click my picks really quickly there.
So we have Bolden, who can still get the last touchdown. Spiller can still get a touchdown. Renfro can still get a touchdown. O'Connell.
Technically, Spiller could lose yards. We don't want that to happen.
So he's at 16 apparently. So I mean, yeah, he could lose yards.
Okay.
O'Connell
touchdown is basically dead because he ain't running it in at this point. So we can mark. I mean, we're not going to mark.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he'll air it out. There's always a chance to end up on the one they QB sneak.
Right. Oh man, Pedro knows what I'm talking about. You're a real go-getter. Play now. The people know. It's time to get into. It's time.
What is this? Like, I have no idea what we're talking about.
It's a classic Seinfeld episode.
I did not watch.
I believe it's in the final season where George has a sore ankle and he goes for a job interview with a cane, and the guy hiring him believes that he's handicapped. So they buy him a electronic cart for him to go around on, and then eventually find out he's actually not handicapped. But because they've signed him for a 1-year contract, he continues to show up to work to get paid, and the entire staff hates him and tries to do whatever they can to get him out. Right. That's the episode. Lots of a very, very good episode. Oh man. And like everybody here seems to remember one very small random piece of that episode, which is great. This is why I love the nails. Only the nails remember this stuff. Only the nails. I've been refreshing for like 17 minutes here. We're not going to get a 7.
That was me all week with Giants +7. I had that bookmarked the entire week, waiting for +7 -110. It was like a +7 -115. I was like, no, it'll get to 110. Just wait for it to get to 110. It never did, and they won outright.
I mean, the thing is, like, the 16.5 should be okay because, like, who's kicking field goals here? Like, it makes fuck it. You know what? Here, I'm gonna put it in. I'm betting it myself. Let's bet it for $50 on the stream here, okay. Jacob.
All right.
Under 16.5 should be +102 right now. I see.
Yep. Half unit.
We've had a good night.
It's house money.
I do think it. I mean, nothing worse than cheering for no points in the second half.
When you've got all these touchdown bets too.
Yeah. I mean, there is so much going on in that episode. It is a true classic. The voice. Hello. La 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 la. Jacob has no fucking clue.
I'm lost. You're making me feel young here.
Tonight, watch that. When we're done, this is work for you. I'm assigning you work. You're not going to bed. You're staying up for half an hour afterwards. Seinfeld. I believe the episode is called The Voice. Oh, yeah. It's Elaine gets back together with Putty. Oh, my God. Seinfeld, The Voice, Season 9, Episode 2. You will be receiving a pop quiz on this episode tomorrow morning.
No, tomorrow. Well, first of all, I feel a fever building today. Tomorrow's going to be hell. Second of all, I have to wake up early to edit Sports IQ Showdown tomorrow. So no quiz for me tomorrow, please.
All right. Monday
Tuesday Hammer team meeting. I'll have it done.
There will be one question that you'll be asked about the Voice episode.
All right. Season 9, Episode 2. By the way, speaking of Sports IQ Showdown, we recorded today. Holy shit. I don't gas up like a ton. This was a banger. This was an absolute banger episode of the Sports IQ Showdown.
So it's Eager against Hitman. What time's it dropping tomorrow?
1 p.m. Eastern time.
1 p.m. Eastern time over on the Hammer HQ. Listen, I'm biased. Don't get me wrong. I'll admit it. I'm very biased. I fucking love these episodes. I love doing them. I love watching them. I think I would go as far as saying it's some of the best content we produce here, which is sad. It's just our creators doing trivia. But it's fucking
it was
good.
very it's gonna live up to the hype. Set some hype for it. It lives up to it.
Could we rip a draft party right now with like something Christmas related?
Yeah.
We might as well do it to kill time.
You versus me.
Sure. Let's see what the quizzes are.
All right. I'm looking
Christmas related. Let's get into the holiday season here.
Christmas spending by state, Christmas dish by popularity, hottest Christmas toys. That's not bad.
Christmas song Spotify popular. Do you know a lot of Christmas songs?
Not really, but I mean I can.
All right,
by name.
Neither do I. Like,
all
let's just do it. Christmas song, Spotify. How many are we gonna do each?
6.
6 each?
Yeah. What do you think?
Sure. Let's do 6 each.
6 each. Won't be quite full snake draft, but
yeah.
Can we?
All right.
Okay. 25 choices. Okay. Me first. All right. I haven't played one of these in a while. I'm always hosting. Let's do this. All-time ranked. I mean, if Mariah Carey. Yeah. Okay.
Fuck, man.
Lay
what
up.
A joke this
Listen,
is.
I worked retail. You know that song by heart after one year working retail. I did 3.
Yeah, this is challenging here.
Can't say I struggled.
Oh man.
I've got number 2 queued up. If you don't pick it, I'm gonna smash it. I think I got it.
I don't know. I mean, the problem is this is Spotify ranked, right? So I feel like
your oldies won't save you here, Rob.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm kind of
is now, old man.
Okay, go Bieber, Mistletoe.
All right, 5th seed. Pretty good.
Oh, that's no good, man. Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
Okay. Oh. Okay. This one's calling out to me. This one is Michael Bublé, Holly Jolly Christmas.
There's 3 Bublé. There's 3 Bublés, right?
I didn't clock that at first.
Well, I mean, this to me indicates that one of them is really good, one of them is shit, and one of them is like in the middle. That's my logic on
I'm gonna go if I know like the words without having any of these on my phone. I gotta go with my gut. Nope. All right. John Lennon, but I mean, yeah, this is Spotify, as you said. I mean, this. Okay. I'm gonna trust my instinct on going with like more trendy artists, especially for the time.
Are you gonna pick Sam Smith?
Yeah.
Like you're confirmed gonna pick this?
Yes.
Okay. I think this is a terrible answer. I just want to go on record.
Let's see. Oh, shit. I started hot, cooled off. Okay.
All right. Josh says Wham! Last Christmas. That's kind of what I wanted to go with here. So let's do it.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Oh, that didn't click for me that was that song.
Man.
Or
Now
else,
I feel like what I think Blue Christmas Elvis is fairly safe. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh
my god.
19th. Okay, what are we at?
Worse than Sam Smith. Wow.
Well, you're up. Yeah, you're up by a lot. I mean, you're kind of. I get a top pick here, though. I'm in business. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty screwed here. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna go with any more Michael Bublé. That's for sure.
No, that's a big mistake.
Do they know?
Or is it? Or is it?
I gotta take this. Okay. I'm happy. So 2 picks remaining each. I'm down by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is just such like a classic. Does this just make everybody's playlist? Unless like I'm out to lunch on this one. Oh, you know what? No, I got to go here. All right. 2 7 seeds. That's pretty good.
That
I'll
is
put
pretty
pressure on
good.
you. I'll put pressure on you. 2 more picks for you.
Okay. I do believe that one of these Bublé songs has to be high. And I'm going to go. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Okay. Oh, fuck. You found the big one. Okay. You're up by 7. We got 1 left each, so I may not be able to make my next pick.
Okay, I need to hit a banger here.
Oh man, how is Bublé on both ends of the spectrum here? My goodness.
I'm debating between a few. I'll talk it out loud.
Right.
I'm debating Andy Williams. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I'm debating Burl Ives, A Holly Jolly Christmas. And Frank Sinatra, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. I think I'm going to go with Andy Williams, Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
All right. Safe. I think it's safe. Safer.
I think it is too.
Yeah, you got me. That's the 6. I cannot win. All right. My pick was going to be Kelly Clarkson to finish. Let's see. And okay. Well, didn't matter because I would have mushed that one. Regardless, he smacked me.
1-0 Pizza Man. 1-0 Pizza Man. If we need to fill some time afterwards, we can hit another one.
All right.
Aiden O'Connell.
Tomorrow 1, everybody.
Yeah.
Banger.
I love doing this shit's fun, man.
Yeah, I play drinking games to these with my friends.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Some of the quizzes are always the same answers, but some of them all the answers change.
Yeah.
3rd and 10 handoff, by the way, in case you're wondering. And now they're down to the 30. Oh, there's a penalty flag. Is that going to be a holding?
A drinking game. However many spots you are off of the best available, that's how many sips you take. And whoever gets the bottom answer has to do a shot every quiz.
Oh, that's a face mask, isn't it? Oh, no. Or are they going to say that he didn't pull it? So refs are very confused as to what's going on at this moment. Not unusual for them to be confused. Oh.
It's like that. The ref was motioning like face mask.
I immediately regret this under. They're not even trying to. They ran the ball on 3rd and 10. They literally do not even care.
So my sweat right now is Michael Mayer 2+ TDs.
Oh,
we're halfway.
He's on the field. I see him. No, that's Austin Hooper.
I don't know. He's there. Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, the 2 tight end set. It's a 2 tight end set,
which means to run.
I mean, why would they not just keep running as much as possible?
Exactly. I mean, I had the under in the game, so that's toast. So,
yeah, well, whatever. I mean, this has been a good night. This has been a good night. I mean, they're still throwing. This is Antonio Pierce coaching for his job, right? Like coaching for the job next year.
Yep.
69-0 final would just make
we could have some fun scoregami implications here if they get shut out, just because they're going to keep running up the score.
Yes. Can we get a Hunter? Okay, you need Michael Mayer.
I have Hunter Renfrow as well, but Michael Mayer would be Michael Mayer.
AOC.
I'm getting a new office chair.
Okay, Jacob, you have to handle this for the next 1 minute, or else I'm going to urinate in my pants. And as soon as I get back, we'll bring in Jeff Feinberg.
All right. I got you. I got the nails. All right. We got Renfrow. Bolden last TD is not out of the question. We've got Mayer. I'm not sure. There is Mayer, actually. Not going to get it to him. We have the O'Connell as well. Tell you what, when it comes to tight ends, 4 yards, this is where I like 4 yards away from the goal line is where I like the most. Peel off of a block. He's rushing the offense here. By the way, anybody wondering, I'm assuming Jeff's in the background here. I'm assuming he is loving this for the Herbert agenda, the Staley agenda, and the tanking agenda. This is the trifecta on the night for him. Herbert, MVP, getting bet up tonight. All right, let's see. Oh boy. Yeah, they go to Devontae Adams. That's no fun.
Dude,
That's no fun.
Is this real life? Is this real life? These guys just ran like they are trying to embarrass the Chargers.
It's a practice session.
Dude, this is like if I were someone on the Chargers right now, I'm not like a sucker punch type of guy. And like you deserve it, you're playing like shit. But at some point, like if I'm Brandon Staley after he has no legs to stand on. But
No better place to get fired than Vegas.
He can't really throw a punch at Antonio Pierce because Pierce would bury him as well. But like this is, dude.
Oh, they didn't get that off. All right. Anyways, I'm sure you've been like in a sports game where you've been just blown out, right? And you still got like a bunch of time left. What do you even tell your guys here?
I don't know. This is tough. We'll have to see what Jeffrey Feinberg thinks about the Raiders trying to show up the Chargers right now. Jeffrey?
What up, Rob? This is a hoot. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm not having a bad time. I wouldn't say I'm having a good time, but I'm a vindictive soul. I went to a summer camp. Didn't like how a breakup went down. Okay. We're staff at this point. On Shabbat Fridays, we wear all white. They serve grape juice. Did I have two of my campers go over there, fake a fight? Grape juice spills right over her in white. Yeah, I did. When I got fired at the score, did I walk out of there with a full booklet of taxi slips? Yeah, I did.
You had the fucking taxi chits.
Yeah, that was me.
Did you use any of them afterwards?
Oh, buddy, dude. Like drunken night, like from the bar to the front door.
Dude, for guys our age, those things were like fucking gold at that time.
Yeah.
This is before Uber and anything like that. Oh man.
But let me keep going.
I thought of that.
Like this is like you will rot I want you dragged out in front of the town square.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like being embarrassed because the logo is important to me. Right. But I feel like I've been fucking lied to. Like he lied to me.
Yeah.
He broke promises.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fraud.
Yeah.
And I am
how I feel about Moretto as well.
And I am a vindictive soul. Like I have a vindictive soul, Rob.
Yeah.
So this is appropriate and it checks a couple boxes. I kind of warned you guys, like in a friends, like I said, there was a point this year. I'm like, no, the team I think is really bad. Like the PFF, I don't know PFF. I don't want to put those up on a pedestal, but this team I think is really bad. And all those times that like we make fun of Herbert or like why doesn't Herbert elevate and they can do all that discourse this next month. Holy shit. Like they're about to play the Bills and Josh Allen next week, Rob. And right. I know you and your friends and your models be like, well, the Bills played Sunday. The Chargers played on Thursday. That game's on a Saturday. Like,
no. You won't catch me betting on the Chargers, buddy. Not unless there's not unless there's a coaching change midweek.
Then they go to Denver. If they fire this guy, I'll be upset. I want you to sleep in your shit. Now, he's not solely responsible. You see what's happening out there, Rob? That's not all on the coach. That's a player personnel situation.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you're going to get a touchdown here. I've lost the second half.
I'm not even worried. It's not about what's like it's
Josh Palmer. Easton Stick just hit Josh Palmer.
How many yards? Oh, good. Hit my
79.
Bet.
79.
Yeah, I hit the bet. My one bet today. I told Jay I jumped on with the boys earlier. Yeah.
I saw that.
Okay, there. Hit the bet. Hit my one bet. Hit my bet. Woo! I hit my bet. Chargers getting their ass kicked.
Yes.
No, like, yeah, I'll take this any way you want to go. I sort of wanted to ask you how many coaches are going to be fired. What is the competition in the open coach landscape? Feels like maybe some guys saved their jobs that we thought could have been fired a month ago. I wanted you to bring up the whole league.
Yep.
Eberflus feels like he could save his Sal up.
I think Eberflus is safe now. Honestly,
Yeah, it feels like he has saved his job.
Okay,
wouldn't
so
make
so
it- you could do it.
let's go
You
through
could
it.
do the whole league. Like,
Okay,
you
so-
tell me.
Okay, here are the ones that I'm interested in. So McDermott.
Well, let's just do the whole yeah, McDermott.
Okay,
but,
well let's go
if they
alphabetical
win
order.
if they miss the playoffs, he's clearly fired. And
That's
that's
what I was gonna say.
actually that scares the shit out of me, because I'll quickly keep this about me for a second, Rob. The Chargers have had 3 straight first-time head coaches.
Right.
McCoy, Anthony Lynn, and Staley. What's really funny about all of them is they all made the playoffs early in their tenure, and then the season after was like catastrophic. Right? So I get excited about them. I think they could be a good coach, and then catastrophe. Obviously, Staley, like, there's more to that. I also wanted to mention to you guys, this is actually the first meaningless game that Staley's ever coached. They went to week 18, had that stupid game versus the Raiders, embarrassing. I should have known right then. The fucking fraud. And then last year they make the playoffs, and it would have been a nice thing other than the blowout comeback.
Right.
And the fact that he got Mike Williams hurt the week before. Like, had he not gotten Mike Williams hurt before the blowout happened, I mean, like, before that game, people were like, oh, Brandon Staley, maybe he's not so bad. The Chargers went through a lot this year. Like, maybe he's not a true moron. But no, he got Mike Williams hurt. And as you've seen in all of Herbert's years, when Mike Williams is hurt, it almost seems like the Corey Linsley, Mike Williams combo was more important than anything else. I don't know. It's an element that I don't know. But so now I'm scared after 3 straight failed first-time coaches that they feel that they need to go to a retread who's like done it before. And the retread market actually feels pretty small. I know that Dan Quinn is part of this market, and he kind of scares me. I don't trust him. I don't.
I wouldn't trust him either. Great coordinator, but I don't want defensive guys as my head coach.
Yeah. Obviously, Bill Belichick is part of the retread market, and he's like,
he's the last guy you want.
I mean, it's like a two-way street, Rob, because, like, you look at that defense. Like, as a Charger fan, it's like, oh my God, like, bring me those points allowed per game. Like,
yep,
we could, I had a moment yesterday where I'm like, Bill Belichick, Brock Bowers, BB squared, like, maybe that's a good offseason. But 2 things. A, I don't think the Chargers would want to pay Belichick. Belichick would have to play hardball with the Patriots where they're still paying him. Oh, and I don't want any coach to have to give a draft pick for. I don't even give a fuck.
No. That's
like, unless you're Kyle Shanahan or like truly like a young, like, I'm not giving a draft. And I don't think Bill Belichick will allow the Crafts to get a draft pick for him. I think they'll make him fire him, at which point that, you know how that works. If you're fired under contract and a new team hires you, the old team's paying like a big chunk of your salary. That's like the only way, baby. But yeah, so I'm scared about retreads. And then that led me to McDermott, because the Chargers are big enough losers where they could see McDermott as like,
yeah, I know.
Do you know what I like? You know what I'm trying? I don't even want to. I mean, they hired Norv Turner.
Yep.
Like, and before that was Marty. So they actually had that semblance of success under guys who had a lot of experience. I'm always of the purpose of wanting to try to hit a home run with a first-time coach. And like you, it should be offensive, because let's say we hire a defensive coach and you're lucky enough to hire a coordinator who comes in there and makes Justin Herbert everything, that takes all the good pieces and connects it all for him to break out, to truly break out. That guy becomes a head coach instantly. Like the same way Daboll became a head coach the second he elevated Josh Allen to a new level. So you're just losing that guy and having to start over. You truly just want that guy to be Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, who is the quarterback. Like, anyhow. So yeah, there's the rant. Sorry. Now,
no. It's you're very much in. This is your time.
I'm not even watching the game.
Your team's losing 49-7. You don't even have the game on because I know. J-Rod says, go get another Shanny assistant.
Yeah, D'Amico was good, but who else? Who's the next one up there? But
well,
you trust?
Are you aware of who
Anthony Lynn, right?
The running backs coach
for
the 49ers is Anthony Lynn, correct? You know
Rob,
what,
the
Jeff?
Chargers have
You couldn't even let me get it in there. I don't even know how you knew Anthony Lynn was the running back coach.
Yeah, and Mike McCoy's the QB coach in Jacksonville. Like, and that's the other freaking part. If the Jets decide to fire Robert Saleh, I said this to you, he'll get a job. He would be a coveted.
Oh, the Jets are not. Salah's not going anywhere.
But
He's
I'm
got
just
another
saying,
year.
let's say they did. He would be a coveted defensive coordinator. He would get a pick between like a handful of openings at DC. When Brandon Staley gets fired, he's not even qualified for fucking orange slices at kids soccer.
He will get a DC job.
Yeah, because he's got friends, Fangio, McVay, you got friends. You know, he will. But what a disgrace! Man, wear this shit. Anthony Lynn's last season, Rob, I think week 15, you could check it. I think we lost to the Patriots 42-0. And ask any of my friends, even Tim Wilson, my boy Cust, he'll acknowledge. Like, I was like, no, I enjoy when it's over. I have no problem seeing you get in prime. This is in prime time. The internet is ripping this guy a new one. And the internet hated him before he came in.
What's
I
thought
I was so mad I made my nose bleed, but that's just like a glare.
Yeah, I hope it's just a glare, Jeff. I hope it's just a glare.
No, bro, I'm a dad of 3 now. Those are old days, but I used to like the taste. I promise. I can't deny once in my life loving the smell, but it's been a while. It's been a while. Like, now I'd worry I'd have a heart attack.
But like the Chargers are just going to hire Kellen Moore as their coach, are they?
Bro. The red zone offense has been an embarrassment.
Yeah, I know. But think about your organization.
No, Rob.
Ben Johnson is the guy.
But Ben Johnson is going to be coveted and highly, highly compensated because so coveted. And I agree he's the guy. And I can't really name other guys. Like, I'm not going to pretend to be Eric Eager and talk assistant coaches. I'm aware of Ben Johnson, as most football fans are. Like, he's gotten a lot of hype. Frank Smith, the offensive coordinator in Miami, Rob, was with the Chargers for like the last 4 or 5 years. He's a young, hot candidate that apparently the Panthers have already been sniffing around. So, yeah, let's get back to the numbers. Obviously, the Bills, like, what do you call that? 50-50? Like, what do they have to do? Is winning one playoff game enough for McDermott? Maybe not.
Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know. My gut is like they have to get to the AFC Championship for him to keep his job. That's my thought on McDermott right now. I don't know if that's true or not.
So then let's put them in the fired box. Like, then he's fired. So,
let's go alphabetical order here. Okay, I'm going to go through the teams.
Well, you got it in front of you.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah,
Arizona,
winning one playoff game probably doesn't save McDermott. In the same way, it does.
I'm with you. Jonathan Gannon is not getting fired from Arizona.
No.
Arthur Smith in Atlanta.
There was a report from Jeremy Fowler, which is highly credible, but who knows, right? Like, but that's so messed up. I literally think he could be as bad or worse than Staley. Like, he's
give Arthur Smith a half, like a 50%, and we'll give McDermott a half, and they total 1. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, Mike says the Pagulas aren't firing McDermott.
The Pagulas want to win.
Yeah, that's fair, but like, I get it. They've been loyal. I mean, Brandon Beane will get a pick the next coach. They're not going to fire him. In the same way, the Chargers will have to move pretty quick. Chargers are going to need a new GM, Rob. It's been a decade with Telesco. He gone, buddy. You gone too. You're not hiring another.
Okay, let's say Arthur Smith is a 0.5. Harbaugh's not getting fired from the Ravens. Let's say McDermott is a 0.5. So we got 1. Carolina, I don't even know who's their special teams coach.
Well, that's
right?
a 1. That's a full, because there's a higher coming there.
So that's 2. There's 2. Eberflus. I think Eberflus is good now.
Because we're going to play another game after this, Rob. I'm going to have you look at all those other teams with 5 losses, and you're going to tell me you're going to tell me you're going to see wins with all those teams. I promise you. Chargers are going to tumble this board.
Yep. Zach Taylor staying, Stefanski staying, McCarthy staying, Sean Payton staying, Dan Campbell staying, Matt LaFleur is staying, D'Amico Ryans is staying, Shane Steichen staying, Doug Peterson staying, Andy Reid staying. There's going to be a hire in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It just might be Antonio Pierce.
It
but
might be. It
Yeah.
might be because they've paid so. Yeah, it might be.
They let what was the fill-in guy that they let?
Bisaccia.
Now
he's the worst special. Now the Packers are the worst special teams, Rob. It's pretty. But yeah, they played hard. That team played really hard for him, and that guy was giving the Chargers that tie, man. That guy was like, "I'll give you the tie, Staley, you stupid mutt."
I forgot about that game.
Yeah, that's the game, man. Like that's the game.
That's the game. That's the game that sent this all, like, changed the course.
Okay, this year the Chargers fell off a cliff. And that was in the range of outcomes. If we spoke before the year, like I didn't think this cliff because like Herbert getting hurt, but I thought like a 7-8 win season was possible. And in which case, anyone who truly deeply follows the league, Rob, knew that the Chargers were going to have serious questions, whether they had a good, like they had serious things to cross this offseason with how much money, like Keenan Allen, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and Mike Williams make up like half the cap.
I know.
So they were at a crossroads regardless, and we're probably coming to a reset. And Eckler being old, wanting his extension, thank God they didn't give it to him. But it was that year. Burrow went to the Super Bowl that year. Like the Chargers were a fun, hot team that could have, I'm speaking out of my ass, but like that was the lost opportunity. And then obviously last year, they had a chance to walk into the second round. They blew it. Like this was a ticking time bomb, but their opportunities weren't this year. It were the two previous, and they gas canned them. The coach fucking gas canned them in the big moments. Sorry, I just sometimes cutting you off for a rant, but keep the
no. This is like Jeff. Consider this your radio hour, man.
But right, like those were now that it's over, like those were the opportunities.
Yes,
like it makes sense that team hit a wall. But that team should have gone. That should have been a team that went to the playoffs 2 straight years and had a monicum of success. Not a team that we were still desperate to do anything this year. But I don't know about a call. I don't even know. Like I couldn't
tell you who the college coaches are. And honestly, how often does that work? Like almost never. Think about who are the college coaches that succeed?
Like only Pete Carroll, but he had the NFL Patriot. Like he did it before, so that feels like a cheat. Like that doesn't even feel like a fair example. There are
Matt Rule sucked ass. Saban sucked ass. Urban Meyer sucked ass. It doesn't really work.
Sucked ass. They all suck ass.
Yeah, it's not a good hit rate. Okay, so we have the Raiders. So that's 3 jobs. Chargers will be 4. McVay's staying, McDaniel's staying, O'Connell's staying. Okay, Belichick's gone in all likelihood. That's 5 head coaching jobs. Dennis Allen sucks, but are they firing him?
They might, Rob.
Okay.
I'm thinking about that one. Hold on.
Okay, well, let's add Dennis Allen as a half and Matt Eberflus as a half.
What are the Saints? Is he the first post-Peyton? He's the first post-Peyton coach. This would be the 3rd year?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's gone. The old man is dead there. It's his wife who runs. I mean, she doesn't run football. Mickey Loomis, or I think it's still Mickey Loomis, right? Maybe he's gone. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But I mean, like, I don't know. It's a weird situation, that team, because there's like an estate fight between the old man's wife and the kids going on there, which sometimes creates flux with coaching changes. We saw that in Denver for a while before they got their shit settled.
Dayball's not going anywhere. Salah's not. Sirianni's not.
You don't think there's a chance Salah gets fired?
No, I do not.
Okay, so this is a fair comment. I want to address it. As for the Spanos and the money, there's no way they're going to pay. That's true. Like they're not going. If you want to be a coach of the Chargers, like you also have to like want it. Like, oh, like I get to live in like a nice house in Newport Beach. I get a coach Justin Herbert. Like the Chargers are not going to win a bid off versus David Tepper to pay a fucking coach. The coach is going to have to like some part of the coach is going to have to want the Chargers situation, be it the quarterback, be it the beach. But yeah, there's no way the Chargers are gonna like win a money like a rubber band off.
Okay, how do we get the campaign going for Thomas Dimitroff to be Chargers GM and Eric Eager to be Chargers head coach?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I mean, you guys laugh at me, but I could like cry thinking about it because that means I would just get like Eric would say like Feinberg, you can stand in this box, like you can just walk in this box, but you can be here. And I told the equipment guy that you're geared up like the coaches. Oh,
That would be
that
would be amazing.
I might move my family to Los Angeles.
Dimitroff for GM, Eager for head coach.
Oh, let's do it. No, Bieniemy's done. I think that's over.
I don't think Bieniemy's ever getting a head coaching job, and it has nothing to do with like anything other than I think he is really not respected within the league.
Yeah, they don't think he would gain the respect of 53 men. Like that's pretty much what it, or the fellow or his fellow assistants, right? Or even the social media. And he just, maybe. Okay, I mean, that's a whole defensive thing.
So like Flores, I mean, someone will hire Flores as head coach. I think Flores is going to be back as a head coach. Personally, I just wouldn't want Flores to be my head coach.
I don't need that arc in the Tua versus Herbert career thing. I don't need that arc of the guy that literally made Tua like hate coming to work now being like, I would, Dolphin fans would dance on my grave so hard if that ended up like if he came the Chargers head coach and it backfired, that's not even worth happening. But yeah, Bieniemy, do you think Bieniemy would even get in the conversations this year? Like probably not, right? Even the people that stand for him.
He's going to be in the conversation, like the media conversation, right? And maybe there's enough gaps this year that he gets a shot. Like, okay, we've already said 6, right? Tomlin's not getting fired. Shanahan's not getting fired. Carroll's not getting fired. Todd Bowles, I don't think is getting fired because the Bucs have really outperformed expectations with that team this year. Vrabel's not going. Rivera is. So we're going to have, let's say, 7 to 8 head coaching jobs available.
I don't think it was that many.
Yeah, we were at like 6 before that.
Who were the last before Tampa? Who was the last coach you said was getting fired?
Well, we were giving like some 50% chances to guys like
Washington. Washington.
Dennis Allen, right?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick.
Yep.
We know that the Raiders are going to have a head coaching vacancy. It might go to Antonio Pierce, but we know that. We know that there's a bunch that we went through earlier, whether that's Eberflus, Carolina's position, McDermott, Arthur Smith. Let's say anywhere between 6 and 8 is fair. 6 and 8 in all likelihood. I don't see the Chargers getting Belichick, honestly, even if they wanted him. Personally, I think there's going to be some demand for him from another team. Oh my God, I forgot about this. Jeff Saturday. Oh, sorry, not that. Jeff Saturday is out there too.
No, but you can laugh, and you've laughed at me every time I brought it up, Rob. I would be fully on board if Phillip Rivers was the head coach. Like fully,
you know what? I fucking.
And if Eric and Thomas get the gig, that would be my recommendation. No, they'd have someone good, but no, I'd be if that's the trend.
Oh man, how amazing would that be?
It does seem like Bill is going to the Commanders. It does seem like an easy. Other than the fact there's some reports the new owner isn't as cash deep as like is portrayed, and it's not like a Denver situation where he can just pay. Like it's just not money on money, but it does seem like the perfect match. Bill seems to love that region, and they're obviously going to look for a credibility hire with the new ownership.
I mean, Jeff, we got to push for Eager, man. I mean, it's not going to happen, but there's an outside shot. You have connections with the Chargers front office and ownership.
Yeah, they don't really take my.
What do you mean they don't? Why not?
Like it's a very I have connections, like, but it's not I mean, it's just
I
like
mean,
it
it would be unreal, man. It would
no,
be unreal.
hopefully they would want to hire, but I feel like hopefully they would just want to hire Thomas off his like resume.
Well, obviously, yes. And then, you get some
I
Sumo
really
Sports.
have no idea where they would go. For like, I wouldn't even pretend to know who the next GM is going to be. It's gonna like I'll have never heard of the person likely.
I think the Chargers are going to end up with like a coordinator that we don't expect. That might just like a Todd Monken. Monken's come from college. He came from Georgia. He's had
You
1 year
literally
with
just
Baltimore.
you literally just pretty much, yeah. Like, did anyone project Anthony Lynn or
Right.
Brandon
Exactly.
Staley? Like, that's what we do, dude.
Like
Chargers hire a
Jake
guy.
Browning's going to have an amazing second half of the year, and Brian Callahan
Rob.
is going to be the next Chargers head coach.
But Rob, the Chargers have like, they don't have the right friends in football, because remember there was an agent in the last cycle who I guess the Chargers owed a favor to, so they interviewed Jason Garrett. You remember that? And people were like, you know what
Jeff, I got to tell, like, I can't remember which game it was this year. It was a Sunday night football game. I had just finished doing the show with Clive. I go sit down on the couch and I'm watching the game, and Jason Garrett is there instead of Collinsworth. Collinsworth is off. And I got to tell you, man, I was having so much fucking PTSD listening to Garrett on that broadcast, talking about running the ball. Like everything, like you could see why he was such a loser of a coach by the way he was the color analyst for that game. And I was just losing it. I'm like, this is not real life. Like, this guy is not on the airwaves right now, allowing me to relive all of these Cowboys years over and over. I cannot stand Jason Garrett. He is a fucking clown. The clown to the max.
Did you see that video this week, or I guess it was from last week, of Bailey Zappi post game?
No.
Oh, I gotta send it to you. He gets in the locker room. He's so happy. He like high fives a teammate, hugs Bill O'Brien, and then he sees Bill Belichick and he's like got to be stoic and like serious. And that's what like kind of scares me, in the sense that like these young guys, these like kids today, I don't know. Like, I think there's a lot of disrespect going around Bill Belichick's name that I do not stand for. And we did this earlier in the year. I feel like I just think, like, you look at how good that defense is, Rob. No one is on that defense. Like, Judon's been hurt. The rookie's been hurt.
Yep.
I'm sure there's players who are good, who I don't even know who they are, have been hurt. Like, that's incredible.
Yep.
But
yeah, they
really,
can't get a pass rush, but they still find a way to play very good defense.
He can win without talent. He can win with scheme alone on defense.
Yes.
Now,
Belichick at this point would be a very good defensive coordinator. He is not a very good head coach anymore. Like the league has passed him by. His decision making has passed him by. He's just not the mind to be a head coach anymore.
I guess so. I guess so. I mean, the thing is, there's a new team that wants him, that has to take him. Is he going to actually, like, you can't let him pick the personnel. Like, he's got to go somewhere and just be the coach, Rob. You say he's got to be just the DC. I say the new place that gets him will be lucky for him to just be the HC and not think he gets to pick the team.
Whoever gets him is going to give him too much power. Oh, Easton Stick just got smoked from behind. This is going to be a fumble 6. Assuming he wasn't down.
I'm not even watching.
He got hit very hard from behind. Fat guy TD, as Ryan Morrow says in the chat.
I'm looking to try to. I mean, this he's given up, I think, 3 sack fumbles in a game and a half, Rob.
Yeah.
Dude, the Chargers were a 3-point underdog. This was a team, like a not motivated team, a bad coach, a backup from Division fucking 2.
Here's the thing. Here's the only caveat to what you're saying.
Who I watch play in the preseason.
I agree with you, but the non-motivated team,
Dangerous, but this is different, man.
we say that a lot in the league, and it turns out lots of times it happens where the narrative is built around lack of motivation.
This group
And-
hadn't played a meaningless game in a really long time either. Like that's something like and this
Jeff,
coaching
it's
staff
56-7 at the end of the third quarter
Yeah.
against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Holy shit, eh?
Like
Look it up.
56-7.
Why can't I find this video?
The Zappy one.
Yeah.
I'll grab it. You don't have to send it to me. It's a new age, man. We all live in technology. I
But I
can
should have been
figure
able
this.
to find it with one quick search, and I couldn't. Maybe I spelled his last name wrong.
It's American ZAPPE.
Yeah.
Okay, the Raiders last game 0, week before 17, week before 13, week before 16. So in the last 4 games, the Raiders scored 46 points. They currently have 56 points.
Yeah, that's bad, I guess, right? That's bad.
The worst thing, Jeff, I'm telling you, man, this is really bad because they're going to fire Staley tonight. And you're going to get like Kellen Moore in there, who's coaching his ass off for the next few weeks.
But they don't have talent.
You think the Raiders do? Look what they're doing under Antonio Pierce.
No, but you're telling me about winning. I thought you're talking about like winning one of these next games.
Yeah.
No, they're not beating the Bills. They're not going into Denver in late December, and they're not going to beat the Chiefs so long as the game matters anything. It's not a problem.
Oh, man. Chargers are going to win one of those games, Jeff.
No, they're not. They don't know how, Rob.
They don't know how under Brandon Staley. Do you know what kind of motivated effort they're going to give under Kellen Moore once this fucking clown show is gone? Once this clown show is out of there, you're going to get a refreshed team, no pressure. Moore's going to be pulling out all the stops.
Maybe. There's still another quarter. I feel like we've been doing this for so long.
I've never wanted to stop a stream as much as right now.
Yeah,
but I still have
can do
touchdown
whatever you
score.
want, but like,
No, it's up to you, Jeff. You don't have to hang around the whole time. You don't have to.
so we got
Me and Jacob ripped a Christmas songs draft party earlier. I took him to school.
I had some Chick-fil-A earlier. I brought an extra sandwich to eat later. I was gonna eat that.
Kind of sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
From Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Like I went there for lunch, bought an extra one for later, you know?
Yeah, I know. You knew you were going to be
Yeah, this
soft.
guy Blake here in the chat, Rob, that guy tricked me when we hired Staley that he was Staley's cousin, and I believed them for a little bit. I'm a mark like that. Go fuck yourself, Blake. Good joke. I'm not actually being serious. Good on you. Like I messaged him like seriously, like, bro, let me in. That's why. Like, I'll take you. Give me a
Pretty fucking gullible.
Laughing in the track in the. I mean, sure. Like Blake knows I'm a mark.
Yeah.
Maybe he is his cousin. He's asking for more time. Maybe he never wanted to tell me because he knew I'm crazy and I'd latch onto him. But I don't know.
Maybe you already have ins to the organization. You don't need Staley's cousin.
Yeah. And guess what, Rob?
You're already part of the team.
Well, we're gonna have a conversation when we meet up in Ohio this summer, and hopefully, I'm happy with how the winter went.
Sorry, why am I meeting you in Ohio?
No, not you. I'm gonna have a with the Spanos family.
Oh, you're hitting up the Spanos family. All right, I'd go down to Ohio.
I will see that. I'm gonna go to Canton for Gates's enshrinement.
Nice.
And they will be there. And I was there for Ladanians, and I ran into. That's a very like. You just buy a floor. It's just it's like NFL Comic-Con. It's actually a good time. And
let me get you some forward progress swag before you do. That way, when you get escorted off the premises and become news, you're at least going to give us some value. Because I could totally see you being walked out of there.
Do you know that
if you're anything like you were around Tommy Fleetwood when you told him you bet on him?
That was different. That was different. But I've got a witness to all of this because my buddy came with me. Dr. Chow.
Yeah.
I chummed it up with him. He gave me the location of Ladanian's after party.
Really?
Yeah, like
Dr.
bro,
Chow.
Yeah. And I asked him if it was true about the story about Ryan Leaf throwing a chair at him. He claims it wasn't. What's this one saying? Oh,
He's
yeah, George. Yeah, because that's the way I got to butter up. Like, George, you got to teach me how to say, like, ask him how his golf game is in Greek. Because I like to start soft, Rob. They think it's going to be a friendly conversation. Then it kind of turns less friendly. Dr. Chow, Dr. Chow.
I made the mistake of going to Google Translate and going English to Greek. I don't know what the fuck these letters are, but I'm not going to be able to pronounce this stuff. I typed in Spanos, you are a clown, and I wanted to see what that was in Greek. However, I just
it do phonetically for me.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I got. If anyone wants to try to figure it out.
God damn it. Bullshit.
What happened?
Ariel Helwani won MMA Journalist of the Year. Bullshit.
Instead of Bronstetter?
Yeah, bullshit.
That's fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Nothing against Helwani. Actually, back in the day, he was very nice to me, treated me with a lot of respect. But Bronstetter is...
Love Bronstetter. Bronstetter, like, honestly, Rob, like, Bronstetter was such a guy. Like, I was an intern. He held my hand. Like, he sort of just helped me.
Both figuratively and literally. He was
no, just in general. Like, because they had me doing things I had no idea how to do. Someone, right? Like, someone had to teach me how to do some of this stuff. Like,
Bronstetter used to text me bets to get in for UFC for him all the time. I literally spent like 3 years.
Well, they weren't big bets.
No, they weren't, right? And like,
so you
sometimes I'd miss them, right? You like send them right before a fight.
Like, you owe me $17, and you'd be like, okay, here's $17. Like,
pretty much. He did have all sorts of like Starbucks scams, though. He was cheap, Bronstetter, but he was a great dude, man.
Oh yeah,
he used to eat a fucking bag of popcorn every single night.
He knew how to work. Yeah, he knows how to work. Yeah, he knew how to work that.
Yeah. J-Rod before wanted to know what a taxi slip was when you were telling that story. So basically, like, it's just the slip that your employer provides you. Someone's getting carted off the field for the Chargers here.
What number? Should I put it on?
It's Clap.
Really?
Yeah, it's Clap. Yeah.
Rob.
Will Clap is getting.
You think we're going to win a game? That's our second. Now we're going to be down to our third string center. That's the guy who's been doing. I don't know that
it's Brendan James playing center right now.
I don't know, but I don't know that Clap is good, but he's probably for backup centers. He's like above.
Oh my God, Jeff.
What?
Oh my God. This pick six they knew this screen pass was coming. This is the most
watching. What the fuck?
Dude. I mean, this is not Easton Stick's fault.
They're going to try to score 70. The Dolphins scored 70. They're going for 71, I think, on me, Rob.
Okay, this has happened 2 weeks in a row right now where someone has jumped the route. And now it wasn't the Chargers game. It was the Bucks, I think, last week. Man, they knew exactly what was coming on this play. This catch is absurd. Like this is an unreal interception. One-handed grab. Oh my God, man. You know, when I talked earlier to George, I was talking to him about the last game that Dan Marino ever played.
62-7. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they just hit the extra point, and it's 63-7. But who knew in the same night it would be that close? Jack Jones, what a fucking catch.
You know what, Rob? Unfortunately, it's like so bad I think they have to fire. Like, out of just like respect. Like, I don't want them to fire him, but yeah, it's like now they have to fire him.
He should just walk to the podium and resign after the game. Like, how do you have any at
50-0, I would have said you don't have to fire him. At this score, I'd be like, you could fire him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this was unreal, man. Unreal. What's the record?
They probably have to fire. They probably For like the self-respecting aspect of it, he's got to get fired.
This is the most points the Raiders have ever scored. 62.
Little trivia: what's the NFL record for a single team points in a game?
72. Washington Redskins, sometime in the 1960s.
It was talked about when the Dolphins didn't go for it.
66 against the New York Giants.
The only reason I know that is because they brought it up on the Dolphins broadcast earlier this year.
That game ended 72-41.
Yeah.
I didn't get scoring 41 and getting blown out by 31 points.
Fuck, that sucks, man. Yeah, why is Eckler still in the game? I don't know. Does he have some sort of incentives in his contract that he's demanding to play?
Yeah, he's probably got incentives, but he's probably still far behind them. He's a little bitch. Good thing we didn't pay him.
Who do the Raiders play next week? Let's figure this out. Let's figure out who the Raiders play next week. Because if it's a good defense, I'd love to fade them hard. They play on Christmas Day against the Chiefs. Raiders at Chiefs, Christmas Day. Raiders are going to score 3 points in that game. Aiden O'Connell is going to go back to full lemon. Full lemon. Would you be upset if the Raiders set the NFL record for points in a game tonight?
Yeah, they're going to try. They're going for it now. I guarantee you.
Antonio Pierce is not going to let up at this point.
Is it still stick?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, what do you want to see, Max Duggan?
I mean, wouldn't you at least like let the guy try? I don't know.
I mean,
why wouldn't they let the guy try?
Does it matter?
No, it's just like, isn't that like at some point you go? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just mean, like, isn't that like sports 101? Like at some point be like, okay, you're up. Like,
yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I don't care.
Why aren't they surrendering and running? Because Antonio Pierce wants to be the head coach in 2024. That's why. He wants to set this record for points and be able to go to management and be like, how are you not going to let me coach this team next year when we set the record for points? That's why. I got to take a look at hockey scores now, see what's going on.
Rob, right. I'm going outside to hit a fucking rim rocker.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even, man.
Haven't heard that one in a long time. To hit a rim rocker.
Yeah, this one's calling for it. Well, normally I wouldn't. I'd probably just smoke a spliff, but I don't want to miss.
No, hit the rim rocker. Bring back your chicken sandwich and a Mountain Dew, and we'll get through this together, bud.
No, I'm not eating. I'm gonna enjoy. I'm going to enjoy some like classic Howard Stern content on YouTube. Eat that chicken sandwich, make myself laugh. Like, that's how I roll. That's going to be my I can't believe there's so much time left, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking nuts. If you really want to make yourself laugh, Jeff, here's what you should do. Go back through our Forward Progress channel. Go to the Wednesday show where we give best bets and just fast forward to whenever Hitman gives his best bet. You'll have a great laugh if that's really what you want to do tonight.
Oh, you hire him, fire him, fire him. I wrote hire, fire.
You okay, Jeff? Are you? I mean,
yeah, I don't want teams breaking records. Like at halftime, I was happy. Like I really did like the vibe. I thought it worked for all my narratives. And you know me, like I am now feeling not sympathy for the guy being dragged through the town square, but part of me really like now he has to be fired. Like if there's any self-respect, but I would rather him go to bed every night not knowing if he's going to die in the morning. Like that's what I would rather happen, Rob. I'd rather him. I would. Never mind.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Do you know exactly what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've gathered pretty much what you're saying.
Like
you want
a
this
rat,
guy to
like
you want him to live on the edge, man.
like a rat in those tunnels. He doesn't know if tonight's his last night alive. That's what I want him to fucking think about.
Jeff, I didn't know you had this vitriol in you, man. I've always known you as a nice guy.
I am a nice guy, and I'm loyal
happy-go-lucky
as shit.
person. Like,
I'm loyal as fuck, Rob. I'll fucking take. I am. I'm loyal as fuck.
Yeah, it seems like though you have you wouldn't want to be like a guy that someone wants to get on the bad side of.
But it's hard to get on my bad side. Like you could think like a Twitter joke thing. Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That doesn't. No. It is. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm a foxhole guy, but when the bonds break, like then we're out of the foxhole. I'm not a foxhole guy, but I'm easy to keep a foxhole guy.
Got it. Might have to.
I wonder if Bill Belichick says he doesn't watch Thursday Night Football, that streaming thing he said, so maybe he won't even know this happening.
Bill Belichick's in bed right now, dude. He went to bed at 8:00 tonight at the start of the game.
What is going on? The Chargers there's too much time.
Yeah, so Easton Stick picked up like 10 yards scrambling on third down. And then
shit, man.
Everyone bet Easton Stick over rushing yards tonight.
Did he do that? I wasn't so much on that. I was on
2 attempts for
trade.
11 yards. I mean, he still has a chance to do it. In fact, I would say that with the way that the score is, I mean, they're just running screen pass after screen pass. This one turned into a big one, though. Wow. Eckler turned that into something. Haven't seen that one in a while. Belichick in bed.
That's the problem, Rob. We could have just gone it out, lost like by 10 points, 12 points every week.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I really wanted this guy to sleep in his fucking shit. I wanted him to sleep in his shit. Now it's so bad. Maybe this is on purpose. Like this was like a game of chicken. This is like a game of chicken between Staley and the Spanoses, man. That's what it is at this point.
I'm old enough to remember when Brandon Bolden scored a touchdown, and I thought that which I hit anytime, but I thought it could be the last touchdown of the game, which I also bet at an insane number. And there's been like 5 touchdowns since then, at least 4, probably 5, right? 5, I guess, if you count the Chargers. What a fucking disaster of a team. What a disaster of a team. Oh, what a throw by Stick, man. To Palmer. What a throw.
Oh, Palmer's going to crush 100 yards tonight?
Dude, that was a great pass. Beat the zone coverage there. Dropped it right in.
Who's out there on the field at receiver? Is Quentin out there?
I haven't seen him lately.
We have Spiller anytime as well. That's still...
Yeah, we have Spiller anytime. He just took the last carry in this game.
So
let's get in the end zone, Spiller.
There he is.
Isaiah in the backfield.
Did he score?
No, not yet. But he's in the game and we're excited. Come on. No. What a dime that was.
The Chargers won't kick. So if the Raiders are going to break this record, I almost don't want the Chargers to score. I want the Raiders to...
No, they're in, though. They just scored. Alex Erickson is in the end zone for a TD.
Okay, we cut it to 50. Tired, Rob.
This is...
I got to...
In my entire career of doing content,
yeah,
it's not been long. This has been the toughest stream to do. I just have nothing to keep me occupied. Jeff, play me in a draft party.
No, I don't want to play in the draft party. I want to go outside for a minute.
Yeah, go outside. Go.
I want you to look at those. I want you to look at the tankathon order and tell me how many of those 5-win teams are going to win another game. Like I'm truly could get to if Washington wants to win a game, Rob, I could get to number 4, and there could be the first 3 picks in this draft could be quarterbacks. I might have to, Rob. We did a show where I had to do the draft thing, and
Yes.
I drafted. So I want these tight ends. I like the tight ends. To think we'd be here today, and the season went so bad that drafting Brock Bowers, the Chargers getting Brock Bowers would be like a bad overdraft, is pretty fucking wild. I want to trade back. I want whatever pick I can get Brock Bowers. I want to trade back to get that pick or take it where I am. Maybe that's how I feel today because I love Brock Bowers. You grow up, the offense went through Antonio Gates. I play video games throwing in my tight end my whole life. I don't
But
play
you know what?
But
I know you want your tight end.
Yeah.
But Herbert to Harrison.
No, they won't get but he's gone. I'm like being realistic.
He's realistic.
Because Arizona, you think that's realistic?
Craig Berube, next coach of the Chargers.
Who's that?
He just got fired by the St. Louis Blues today. All right, Jeff, go do your rim rocker, man. Do your rim rocker. Check in. You have to come back though, just in case the record is broken for points in a game. I need you live on air if that happens.
Sure.
Jeff Feinberg, removing him from
this guy in the desert like casino tonight. Okay.
Yeah, you want him like Joe Pesci and his family, and his brother in the pit that they
see that's me now because I do follow his brother on Twitter and he seems like a nice guy, but
but his cousin seems like a piece of shit.
Oh, did Blake ever respond to that? Maybe that really is. Maybe Blake just tried to dodge me because he didn't want to get close. Maybe that was fucking. I don't know, man.
Blake Staley.
Yeah.
Blake Staley is the owner and manager of Drop Detailing, according to LinkedIn. There could be way more than one Blake Staley. What do we got this Instagram Blake Staley here? This guy seems like a surfer type of dude. Rock climber seems that. There's a lot of Blake Staleys out there. I don't know that I can get to the bottom of this, Jeff.
Well, I don't know.
All right. Feinberg out. Jacob in. Which
I actually don't think this stream has been too bad. It's
been fine. Let me see what we got here. Oh, looks like a new quiz. 3 difficult Christmas release date. What are those movies?
Movies.
Do you like Christmas? Yeah. Let's do this.
All right. I won't do too well, but
why is that? You don't watch movies?
Not a ton, to be honest.
Millennials, not big movie fan. What's your generation? Are you millennial?
No, I'm Gen Z.
Oh, fuck, the worst.
Yeah.
All right. This is your time for listen. You beat me in Christmas movies, and you don't have to watch the Seinfeld episode.
Oh, jeez.
That I wanted you to watch.
I'm fucked. I'm looking
Who's
at
first?
Me. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm toast here.
What do you mean you're toast here?
Like some of these I don't even recognize. All right. I'll do my best. This one's like the puppet one. This got to be old. The Rudolph one.
All right.
I grew up with this on VHS. This got to be pretty ancient.
I mean, if you think it's old, no?
Okay.
4th.
I'll take it.
All right. Okay. Miracle on 34th Street has to be very high.
Yeah. 47.
What's before 1947 on this list? It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, thank goodness. That's the best. Oh my goodness. All right.
Looks like you're watching some Seinfeld, Jacob.
That's all right. Well, I recognize the ones I don't recognize should be older.
Yep. That's good logic.
The Charlie Brown one, that's got to be pretty old. That's like cartoony.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's try this one. I know this one, but that's got to be an older one. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Fine. Um, and this Gremlins one, I don't even know what this is.
It's not. I mean, it's not bad.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, White Christmas is definitely either 3 or 6.
All right. Yep, the 3.
Hmm.
What's going on in this game?
Oh. What happened here? Return?
There's a flag.
Darius Davis return, but there's a flag. There's a flag. Okay. It's between a couple for me. I don't want to say out loud because I don't want to give you free answers. I don't want to give you free answers. I mean, the Ernest movies are old. When the fuck did Little Women come out? Is Little Women even a Christmas movie? I've never seen that movie.
I didn't know
what the
Edward
fuck that
Scissorhands
is.
was a Christmas movie.
I guess
seen it.
it's very loose, very, very loose.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Go Ernest Saves Christmas.
Okay. Ernest Saves Christmas. 8th.
Fuck. Left
You're
the
up by a
door
lot.
open here.
You're up by a lot here.
How many did we do in terms of guesses here?
6.
Okay.
Like I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I think that's what we've established that.
So what are we at? 84? I mean, this got to be this National Lampoons can't be in the. I guess it could be early 90s, but like
If
I
had
know
to
that
g-
one.
Yeah.
That's got to be on the older side. I'll give it a go here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
I gotta go. Shit. Okay. So yeah, all the ones. Let's find one I don't know. This sounds old. Let's try this. Jeez.
What the fuck is Klaus?
The
When did
David
that come out?
Onyemata moment. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Yeah, you just really
25th
screwed
seed.
the pooch there.
Live in front of 158 people. Oh
all
my
right.
goodness. Have you heard of that movie?
No, I don't know what the fuck that is. It must be like a horror movie. No, a Christmas movie? Klaus? Straight out of Germany? Maybe Suma knows that movie. Edward Scissorhands.
Never heard of it. Edward Scissorhands.
What do you mean never heard of it?
Pretty good. Klaus, 2019 animated. Never, like, I'm looking at the poster. Never in my life have I seen this movie. Well, you already won, but we got one more pick each.
I mean, Trading Places was with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. That's got to be old. I mean, I don't know if this is a new Little Women or old Little Women. That's got to be up there. Home Alone 2 is like early 90s. I don't know. Do Trading Places.
Trading Places. 6th. I don't want to be embarrassed. I know Home Alone 2 is old, so
Yeah. I was like 6 years
let's
old.
take the easy way out. Home Alone, yeah, early 90s. That's okay. It's not the bottom seed. Well, you foil me once again.
Scrooged. Ooh, that was tough. Well,
Didn't know Night Before Christmas that old, actually.
oh yeah. It's one of my wife's
see.
favorites right there.
I like it a lot too. I'm more watch that at Halloween. I don't watch the movie at Christmas. I watch that like 3 times.
Oh, I love Halloween movies.
Yeah, I
love
treat that
horror
more like a
movies.
Halloween movie than a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I guess. Oh man,
That's
Klaus
just
is actually good. Well,
It has decent reviews, actually.
yeah, you
What
looked up
thing?
Klaus. You've been Googling this stuff while we're playing the game.
Oh, I Googled Klaus because I hadn't heard of it, but it's got 8.2 stars on IMDb.
Jason Schwartzman, huh? It's
Rotten
got very
Tomatoes
good
is-
user
is-
scores on it.
95%
Sasso.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
J.K. Simmons. I might have to watch this movie. Oh, Norm Macdonald is in this movie before he
Oh,
passed.
That-
Come
that-
on.
Yeah, that's more appealing for sure. All right, Jeff.
What a banger. Klaus.
Jeff is back.
What time is it? I feel like this game's been going on for 3 days.
I don't think this game's been that unwatchable, to be honest. There's been worse.
Yeah, like one of those it's so bad it's actually good type of games.
Yeah.
Spiller's in here.
63 points. I mean, we don't see this. I mean, I lost the under, but
Yeah, I lost the second half under. It was a good props betting night tonight.
Yeah,
honestly, if I trusted my
fun.
instincts a little bit more on everything, would have been a banger night. But what are you gonna do?
It's good.
Because yeah, I should have gave out the Jalen Guyton. I mean, I can't say that. Moved. I couldn't give it out. But AOC, I
You
should
made
have
the
had
right
some more
choice.
balls.
You made the right choice with that one. You can't give it out.
Yeah.
At 8.5.
All right. Looks like Feinberg's returned from that massive bowl that he just smoked. I don't even think.
Nope.
You okay? You awake?
Yeah, the Chargers didn't want to fire him. I mean that. Like they just wanted to fire him the day after the season, on like that Monday, the Black Monday. He's put for PR purposes, he's put the Chargers in a horrible spot, Rob. Like they have no choice. They really don't.
Yeah.
People can blame this on them being cheap, but I don't like they just once the season's dead, they don't want to fire a guy like 10 days before Christmas when the season's dead, who's like a good man. Like he's a shitty coach, he's a quality man, bad, like they don't, but they've been forced. They have no choice now. Like they have no choice. Oh God. I didn't want that kick return called back. I was happy it was called back because I don't want them breaking the record. And now this would at least take a couple minutes off the clock. Like I don't care about the kid's touchdown. Do you know what I mean? That was okay. Like we'll take a couple minutes. Like you cheer for a baseball team. I don't cheer for them to get no hit unless I'm there in person. If I'm there in person, then maybe I would be cheering for it just to like have that in my like life bingo box. Like, I saw a no hitter. I saw a perfect game. But if I'm sitting at home,
no,
I do not want my favorite team getting no hit. Like I'm
with you.
So I don't want to be part of a record. We're already an embarrassment like on Sports Center. There's no like stopping that, but a team gave up 70 this year. I'd like to come up short of that. I would.
I got to run and get my lacrosse ball really quickly so I can roll out my back while I sit here. Jacob, you're up and in for 1 minute. I'm dying in severe pain.
That sucks.
You got it.
Is it over yet?
How likely
is left, Jacob?
4:10.
Okay.
We're 10 seconds away from greatness for that question, but 4:10.
This has been a great night for Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
It really has. Like I'm seeing tweets from all over the internet. Like Justin Herbert making the Chargers look like a slightly below average team might be one of the greatest quarterbacking achievements.
Yep.
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert agenda is up right now.
No, I mean, listen, there's still much. Justin Herbert doesn't. It's not criticism free, but the notion he doesn't elevate like that, I hope can be put to bed. I promise you, I watch every play. I didn't watch tonight. I watch every play that matters. He elevates. He extends plays. He can throw sideways, being chased down. Like he is. Rob, like I said, like it's a semantics thing. If you had him ranked 4th coming in the year and now you have him ranked 7th and you want to like yell on Twitter about it.
He's in the same range. Like, yeah, I'm with you, Jeff, man. These people they lose their minds.
We got a Spiller snap in the red zone. We got a Spiller carry in the red zone.
The Chargers need to run. I'm cheering for you guys.
6 yards out. What's your clock right now, Rob? I think I'm like a second ahead of you.
I'm at 327, 326, 325.
We'll go for it. The Chargers the Raiders aren't using their timeouts or anything to get. They punted, so they're not going for the record. Truly, right? They punted on a. What was the down?
Why are the Raiders using timeouts?
Did they?
Oh, he was just pissed.
Pierce just used a timeout.
By the way,
he's fucking losing his mind, bro.
I know you're talking about, Pierce is going.
But if he wanted the record, then why didn't he go for the 4th and 1 or the 4th and 2 where they just punted? Like once you do that, I assume you're not calling these timeouts. No, I don't think MILF Hunter, that's a compliment. I don't think it's fair to put Herbert in the Burrow
yeah,
tier.
not quite.
Like, that's just not
Well,
fair.
Burrow's just a system quarterback, obviously.
Oh
now that
my
we've seen
God.
Jake
Who
Browning.
was saying that again? Oh, that was that guy on but that guy was
Joe A.
hyping up Herbert, so I can't be mean to that guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm
He
joking,
loves Herbert. He loves Sam Howell.
yeah.
He loves Baker Mayfield. He hates Tua.
Is he a Josh Dobbs fan too?
But Rob, guess what? Joe Burrow had an injury once, and it caused the Bengals to have a horrible season. And they had the 5th pick. And in that draft, 3 quarterbacks went before they picked. And they got Joe Burrow, a goddamn player, because he got hurt, and it was a quarterback-heavy draft. The fact that it's a quarterback-heavy draft has me like so much more excited about this draft pick, Rob. Like, sorry, I'm not even watching.
Good question.
Would I rather have?
I'd much rather have Herbert than Brock Purdy.
And did you hear me on with Jason today? Asked this question: would you like the Bears trade first overall for Herbert? I was listening to him and Eric talk in the waiting room, and that was like being at the sub shop, and they got a dirty knife with sauces and mayo and mustard on that knife, and I don't like some of that stuff. And my bread's about to be cut in half. I'm like shaking watching that about to happen, Rob. You know, like. The Bears would run to trade the first overall pick for Justin Herbert. I mean that.
Jeff, I need to stop you for 1 second.
What?
Out of a fit of rage.
Quentin
Because
Johnson.
I watched Isaiah Spiller just run a route over the middle of the field where he was wide open. Well, he wasn't. No. He it was the right throw.
That's good. That was a good throw again. He's had a couple in this.
What do you think? Do you go for 2 down 43?
I think we should onside kick. They called that timeout is Bush. That's Bush League. Whatever. I don't care. I want Staley to get embarrassed.
My back. Old man Rivers over here. Somebody said get a Theragun. I do have a Theragun, but you can't really use it on the middle of your back all that well.
No, the ball is the shit.
Ball, so the ball.
I have this plantar fasciitis, Rob. I put some golf balls in the freezer and then roll them on my foot. That's a good.
I recently bought. This is the oldest man conversation of all time. I recently bought something called a Da Vinci device.
What is that?
Have you ever seen this before? Let me see what it's called. Da Vinci.
I gotta see this.
I don't know if it's called the Da Vinci device. Fuck. I got to go log into my Amazon to buy it.
No.
Somebody might know in the chat. It's like a triangular device, and it is most certainly not a butt plug, Mass. Thank you very much. It's a triangular device where each edge of the triangle has a different shaped surface, but you basically just rest your body on it, and it applies pressure. Similar to this, but I would similar to the ball, but it spaces it out a little bit more. Honestly, highly recommend. And if you can put it if you get neck pain or shoulder pain at all, and you can lay down on it and let your head drop, money. Da Vinci tool, something like that. Da Vinci tool might be what it's. Yeah, it's called a Da Vinci tool.
Okay.
Rob, I see. Rob, I retweeted the classic Chargers tweet from 2007. So hungry, need to find my wife and head to PF Chang's. So this was obviously the social media intern. This was truly Twitter's absolute infancy, right? I'm sure the kid, a social media intern, had the account, and he probably thought he was tweeting from his own account, and that was the sort of time where Larry Fitzgerald would just tweet I'm at the mall hanging out in front of this store. Come say hi. Twitter was a very funny, Twitter in its infancy was a really funny thing. But I'll be honest, I only got on Twitter because Bronstetter kind of made me.
He was the guy that he's you guys are insane if you're not on Twitter or whatever. It was
and I wasn't. But then they're no, now it got to the point where they're you actually have to get on Twitter. You're
you actually have to. It's a fireable offense if you're not.
Yeah, it is now part of your job. You now have to get on Twitter. So I got on Twitter.
we got we had a little Photoshop done from Mayo Media memes, but that's Eager and Jeff together in Chargers gear.
Okay, I didn't think you meant Eager as head coach. I thought you meant like Eager as Thomas's assistant, like one of his main front office assistants.
Well, you know what?
I'm not really. I don't know if I'm here for Eric as head coach.
He doesn't have any coaching experience, so that would be pretty tough on him. But in fairness, I still think that he'd be capable of doing a better job than half the league right now. Maybe not as head. Maybe he's just part of the coaching staff. That was a fucking great pick, man. That is such a good pick. I might print that out and put it on my wall. We need to make that happen.
What did O'Connell even do tonight? Like, what's his box score? I found it 248. Like, he didn't even do anything.
Well, that's way over on his passing yardage total. His total is 200 and a half.
Trying to find, I guess there's so many defensive touchdowns. I'm just trying to find the. Right.
Like, honest question.
Yeah.
Eric Eager or Dennis Allen?
No,
who are you taking? If you could have one of these two to coach your team next year, and you could choose Eric Eager or you could choose Dennis Allen. No, let's actually make it an easier question for you, Jeff. Maybe this is tougher. You could have Eager or you could have Ron Rivera.
I'm a foxhole guy. So like me thinking about like just getting to loiter around as my friend like Eric is coaching.
Okay.
Like
no, wait.
It's a cheating.
Now this is you're picking for selfish reasons. Let's say no matter what, Rivera or Eager, they're not going to let you into the building. They're gonna give. They're gonna. What was that? What was the Eagles security guy name again?
It was like Dom or something. What?
Dom. Yeah, Dom DeSandro. Dom. George is the new Dom DeSandro. He's gonna muck it up on the sidelines with opposing coaches.
And I don't know if you saw that Kevin Clark, who used to work at the Ringer, now he works for like Manning at that Omaha Productions. He had a tweet the other day. It was like every sport tries so hard to find a star, a marketable player. And the NFL, it's like, oh, the Giants have an Italian guy. It's a national story. Like this, I love football. I know my team got its ass. I'll close tonight. The game's over. My team got freaking ass whooped. I love football. The Raiders got too many points. It became a truly embarrassing thing. I'm not totally thrilled about that. But I promise you, I swear on my life, that anyone who actually knows me, like I take way more positives out of tonight. Like I have very few negatives. Like this was a town square, like literally tar and feather through town square was what tonight was. So have a Merry Christmas, you fucking twerp. Because I don't think you're going to have a job when we play the Bills in a week. And I'm going to be in California. I'm going to be there, Rob. I'm going to be about an hour from this thing. And
you got to visit your friends in the front office.
My 10-year-old nephew's going to cry when I tell him we are not going. We are not going. Not a chance in hell.
Well,
I'd rather
Jeff,
be dead. Rob,
it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight. I love how you dodged the question at the end because you would choose Rivera over Eager.
No. Eager 100 out of 100.
All right.
Eager 100 out of 100. I didn't mean to acknowledge it. It's like an easy one. It's an easy one.
We'll end on that. Enjoy your chicken sandwich, buddy.
I'm going to enjoy it. Good. I hope the baby's asleep.
The Pizzola clan is up today, by the way. Check this out.
Oh, wow. 11:01 p.m. My dad's betting Woodbine Thoroughbreds. I was just at his house before the stream tonight. I know you definitely watch a Leaf game.
You got in that mood right after the Leafs.
I mean, the Pizzolas, they're jonesing sometimes. Like, this is obviously a pre-constructed tweet. My dad is so bad with Twitter. Like, he definitely clicked share on some sort of bet that he won. Absolute classic Pizzola move right there. Classic Pizzola move. Bet in the ponies at 11 p.m. at Woodbine. He's going to go tout soon for sure. Why not? At this point, he can use the Rob Pizzola name. Rob Pizzola selling picks.
The fact that it's 1525 exactly that he shared, Makes it seem like, yeah, he just pressed like the share button on that.
Too good. All right, everyone. I don't know how 125 of you stuck around till the end, but I do appreciate it. M Hunter, why'd I call you M Hunter? Obviously, MILF Hunter. Mitty, I see you. Kevin, Robert, Mass, Nicholas, Pedro, Howdy, TK Stan, the regulars, Scott. Appreciate everyone who tuned in. As a reminder, I'm back here for Forward Progress Sunday. Pizza buffet in the morning with Clive Bixby at night. I have to say, it's going to be our last Forward Progress night show. Myself and Clive Bixby this Sunday. So tune in. The reason why? The next two fall on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. I'll do a lot of things for you people, but I'm not doing shows on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve when there's not going to be a lot of people watching. So our last live Sunday night Forward Progress, myself and Clive on Sunday, Monday Night Football, Eagles and Seahawks. And Saturday night, I'm going to have a live stream over on the Hammer HQ Twitter account. Hammer HQ, with Zach Phillips and Joey Kanish for the first half of Lions and Broncos. Stay tuned. More available and details on that on the Hammer HQ this week. Everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Smash that like button on your way out the door. For myself, Rob Pizzola, for our guest tonight, Jeff Feinberg, G-Stack, George, and Huss. Hunter, Hurst, Huss. Of course, producer Jacob Gramania behind the scenes and on air as well. This has been another Forward Progress live watch along powered by Pinnacle Sportsbook. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Enjoy your night. Peace out.